Today on the Dude Absolutely podcast, Grant Winkels from the We Cool podcast joins us to do a little shit talk. We also discuss the finer details of booking a comedy show, Mount Drummore, figuring out what even is a saxophone, and Bad Allies. The crew also celebrates the milestone of its first stellar review. Enjoy the show.
It's not that
Is Grant
huge
about to come out on our show?
That would even be a big deal at this point.
I was gonna say, yeah. I think we're all a little by.
Yeah. What is this,
Well,
Ellen, circa 1997, Alex?
Hold
Get
on.
with the times, dude.
Hold on. Easy. Don't want to lose the crowd. Come on.
You did, man.
Whoopsie.
Bring me Ellen.
Don't want to lose the crowd. What are you?
All right. Whoa. Hot. All right. So, super smooth transition number one.
Dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, absolutely.
How you guys sleeping?
No. Pass.
What? It's an easy question to answer. So the answer
Still
is poorly?
not. Yeah,
Okay.
still poorly.
Grant, how are you sleeping, man?
I'm sleeping pretty good.
Good?
Yeah. Stay up real late, sleep till like 11 or noon every day.
Nice.
It's great.
Hell
Living
yeah.
the dream. I'm unemployed, so it's just like,
Do you write a lot
Mamma
then?
mia. Yeah. I've been writing like a lot recently, almost to the point where it's like, I feel like I have a job again, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of coronavirus, right? I mean, come on.
I thought it was just to wipe out the week, but
Yeah. It was at the beginning, but now my
Right.
week's gone. Shit. What the hell, man?
whoa, look at that double entendre.
People
Yeah.
in China were like,
Nope.
Preemptive.
Good. Good. Thank you.
wait, let me try it again. You know, those goddamned Americans are so fat and old, we need to create a disease to wipe them out. That's what Chinese people sound like.
Yeah, and then their coworkers are like, Dude Absolutely is brought to you by you, the listeners, because you're on Patreon now. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to continue to do this show for you. It's not cheap for Chris. It's mildly expensive for me. I just have to spend the gas it takes to get here. Other than that, though, we've got a very special episode for you to check out. We say some things that are totally inappropriate to say and could get us canceled. So instead of making it free to listen, it's a nice, cool $600.
$600.
Spend $600 and get yourself the episode that's sure to get us canceled. Although I will say, if you pay the $600 and we do get canceled, we're going to know who canceled us. And I don't know, man. That just wouldn't be that cool. So anyway, thanks for subscribing on Patreon. Dude, it was bad. We just roasted a lot of people, and I told some really unsavory jokes. In the spirit of jest, like
You
entirely.
roasted like local nobodies or big people?
Local nobodies.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
bleeps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
fucking ripped.
But
like,
here,
hard.
this part's good. Yeah, that actually is so funny. Like, because there's a point
Do you have it
where
clipped?
not yet,
Oh,
but
okay.
like I go because you're like, I don't really want to do that, and then I go, well, fuck it, and then you're like, okay, like you
Yeah,
can-
like I had a lot to say because this is all stuff I've wanted to say, and then we,
But
Chris
you're
kinda
not
went
going to
off.
put this out, right? Like, are you going
This
to
little-
release this episode that you guys are talking about?
Yeah,
or?
for $600.
Oh,
You got to
okay.
pay $600 for
Okay.
the episode so that the three of us can each get $200.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
we all said some shit we cannot say. I mean,
I made a
Les
boner
Mara.
joke, but that's like not. you know.
well,
well, you said a couple times.
yeah,
yeah.
but we've gone over why I get to do that.
Why do you get to do that? I haven't
We already
gone
went
over
over it,
this. Yeah.
Because I'm like one diagnosis away.
Okay. I don't.
From a pass.
What does that mean? Are you about to get a vaccination?
she just hasn't been to the doctor in a while.
Oh,
all right?
okay. All right. Okay.
It's like how Witzel says the only thing keeping him from being diabetic is going to the doctor and having him.
Tell him that he's diabetic.
Mhm.
Yep.
But I don't. I don't know if you listen to the Not So Anonymous.
I picked up on this story. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, Keenan messaged me and was like, who the fuck did that? And I was like, yeah, tall guy. Sounds like Dave Chappelle sometimes.
Yeah, that was tough to hear. I was like, I was going to go with Chris and James, and then I just decided to hang back because I was going out of town the next day. But I was like, dude, if I was there, I would have fucking lost it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have just started hammering fists into the dude's skull. But just because, like, you don't, like, what are you thinking?
And it's St. Cloud, so everybody would have joined you and been like, yeah!
Black Trump started the fire. It's like Billy.
He's the reason my daughter don't love me no more.
Yeah, it's like if Billy Joel was also MAGA.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, Billy Joel.
Yeah. We didn't.
I always fuck it up, and for some reason I associate Bruce Springsteen with that song.
Oh, I can see why.
Because what's
the boss.
Yeah. what is his what's that?
Born in the USA.
No, I know.
Born in the USA.
There's an SNL skit that makes fun of a Bruce Springsteen music video.
No.
That
sounds hilarious.
That
they are
Monica.
unmatched,
That is wrong.
What's
that is
Monica's
just wrong.
name? Courtney
Lewinsky?
Cox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
So her big break was that Bruce Springsteen music video.
She used to be an absolute rocket ship.
It used to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, now she's had too much work done.
Yeah, a lot of elbows.
She's kind of she's less Courtney Cox and more Courtney Botox. Am I fucking right?
What's up?
I was gonna say
Damn.
she's a little more these days.
That's a weirdly racist thing to say, Chris.
Is it though?
Come
Because
on,
they're
man.
both white.
Oh, owie.
God, we are in the zing zone right now.
Yeah, we're zanging. Zanging.
I'm.
Ain't no thing.
You had a topic before we
I have
started
a few
recording.
tops.
So, are you gonna cut all that stuff out about like
The names?
people?
Yeah.
But you can leave it in. Just bleep the names or cut everything.
Yeah, I
right?
do that
Okay.
probably.
Yeah.
Because I decided like last night that I'm gonna try and stop shit talking people, which I've tried to do in the past before, and it never works out. But I don't know.
You're gonna give it a real college try this time?
Yeah. I don't know. It's useless. Really.
I've found the easiest way to do that is to just lean as hard as you can into giving people the benefit of the doubt, and then the more you train yourself to do that, the less likely you are to like.
See, but I get burned constantly.
I know, but what I'm saying is prior to having something to say about somebody, trying to process beforehand, like all the possible reasons why somebody would not have done something that you would say stupid or something that like.
But that's me though.
But just-
that's how I live my
know,
life.
I know, but what I'm saying is
What are you saying?
when you have those problems with that person, then you talk to them.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or silently judge them and talk shit with your close circle, and then
Yeah, but I feel like that doesn't make the world a better place.
No, well, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to stop people from being
dude.
pussies and getting upset at me when they hear that I was talking shit about them. Because that's the thing is like,
do people do that?
Sometimes, yeah.
That's the worst.
Well, because
Do you
here's
have
the
any
thing.
examples?
But no, because this is the new policy. Is,
Nice, love it. He tried to bait you.
the new policy is that like because I'm just a
cut
shit
it
talker.
out.
I like doing it and it's fun and I actually most of the time I don't hold it against people. Like I just like razzing people and
Yeah.
also like
Yeah.
of course we're gonna pick apart each other's acts, and when you see somebody bomb, you're like, oh, they fucking bombed, you know?
Yeah.
But I was just doing that too indiscriminately about too many people. So like in any green room, if one person wasn't in the room, I would be like, yeah, like, you know, whatever about them. And now it's just like, well, you're right. I think that does make the world a better place, actually, because I don't know, just it's useless and it only reflects poorly on me because I look bitter and like a gross
I'll
asshole.
give you that for
so.
sure. But I also think what it does is it like,
Have you heard Theo talk about how Theo and Bobby Lee were talking about this, how they don't tell people that they had good sets anymore? Because, like, you make it too common
Oh yeah.
And when
then-
somebody knows that they bombed and you go, "Hey, good set," it's like, what the fuck? You don't.
yeah, it's almost more hurtful because you're like, you didn't even pay attention.
I kind of don't consider like telling somebody that they bombed shit talking though, honestly, because
Well,
you,
it's
if you know when you bomb,
Yeah.
and if you're too sensitive to like, I mean, I'm not gonna go up to somebody and rub their face in it unless they're friends, then it's fun. Then
Hey
it's
man,
fun
brush
to be
your
like,
teeth. You just ate a lot of shit.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's aggressive, but
Yeah.
what I've heard, I can't remember who I heard this from, but like when you watch your friend have a bad set and they come off stage and they know it and they're kind of sitting in it, you give them like a second, depending on who it is, but you could just go up to them and you go, "What happened up there?" And
that sounds
it's
so
like,
familiar.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably heard some other comic. That's what I don't know, but I do that because
Yeah.
it's funny and it's also like. It's not mean.
Well, and
it's still just like
It gives
you know
them
when
a
you
chance
bomb.
to like to kind of work through what happened.
Yeah, or just be like, "Fuck you, man."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
whatever. It's
I like to. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that I did that to at Peaches Picks. He did bad. Didn't realize that he did bad, and I thought we were gonna connect on that real quick.
wait, he didn't realize it.
Yeah, I had
so
no
why
idea.
did you think you were going to connect on it? That sounds like a missed connection there.
Because he looked like a smidge on the defeated side.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was like,
Oh, so you were like, okay,
yeah, man, sometimes that yard sale one just doesn't land. And he goes, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Oh."
And you were like, I'm talking about how I gotta go, dog. Please.
talking about this yard sale this
Whoops.
weekend.
Yeah.
I got to go right now.
For me, the
You got
thing-
specific with it, which is
Yeah.
that's a mistake right there.
Well, but he's not even in the thing anymore.
And
so-
then he's also like, well, that was the one joke that kind of worked. It's like, oh fuck.
yeah, he just shit on his one success in his mind.
yeah,
That was a
yes,
tough.
yes.
That was a tough bounce. That particular evening, I recall
Yeah.
that set very.
Oh, I
Very
think I
vividly.
bombed that night too. Kind of. That was
No, you did.
that was a weird crowd though, wasn't
No,
it?
you had a good night though.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I was gonna say you did fine.
Yeah,
Connor Hangslaben buried everybody, which
yeah, that was a problem.
and it sucked for Ryan because Ryan headlined it.
Right,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
dude, I felt so bad about
Yeah.
that. That's
Yeah,
why
you should have headlined Connor for sure.
Nah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm telling you.
Well, but what I'm okay. I know you're joking, but also,
Not joking at all.
okay. So
I was gonna say.
Absolutely should have headlined Connor.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But here's the thing.
I've
It's-
never seen him
There
because
you
he
go.
moved
Yeah.
away.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I've never seen him do
Yeah.
a headline set before.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. I
Right.
probably would have done the same exact thing, to be honest
It's like
with you. But like,
I'm happy to. He was happy.
but you
to be,
see that, and
Yeah.
you're like, okay, this was wrong
Yeah.
to do it like this.
well,
You know.
for me, it was the wrong order. Period.
Mm.
And maybe if I had a different headliner,
Was Don Trell there that night?
Yep.
yeah.
And
If I had a different headliner instead of Ryan, like Ryan can headline that room.
Oh,
the
yeah.
problem
Yeah.
is I had the most high energy person ever,
Mm-hmm.
followed by somebody who is relatively
Mark Norman.
in Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
and so like it wasn't anyone's fault as much as it was
It's-
my fault
Yeah.
producing wise, being able to like
It actually
figure
kind
out-
of was like going Dane Cook and then Mark Norman because it's a completely different energy.
yeah. Well, and then it happened again the next fucking time, which
I
is
didn't
like,
stick around for the whole one next time.
dude, I had fucking comrade up.
Mm-hmm.
Who murders, but he's so low energy.
yeah,
And then after that was Dan Mogul.
Oh,
yeah,
And Dan Mogul is a very different comic than Comrade. And so it's just, you know?
So did Comrade headline or
No, Mogul did.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's what I would do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. But what I'm saying is the crowd was burned out from the sadness that they felt in combination with-
Comrade is a hard follow.
Yeah.
Very hard follow
Yeah.
because he has an energy. He destroys the energy of the room in a way.
he changes the energy of the room.
Well, that's what I mean. I don't mean destroy in a bad way. He makes it so that you can't when some people like are weird and you can go up after them and you can be like, what the fuck was that? And then
Yeah.
immediately that turns the crowd again because the crowd wants to like come back into the
Yeah.
like
yeah.
patter and rhythm of just like
Right.
a normal stand-up set.
Right.
But Comrade is so funny and kind of so unique.
Right.
There's nobody really like him in the scene, or like I've never seen. He's kind of one of a kind, and
Yeah.
so following him is just like you're gonna eat shit for a couple minutes most of the time.
Yeah.
If especially in a room like that, if it's not like a comedy club where you can just like reset instantly.
Right. All right. So I got 4 things that I wanted to discuss with you guys. I don't even know that I have answers to these questions. I just feel like they'd be fun questions. So the first one is, what totally unnecessary like movie or song or piece of entertainment came out that you were like, oh, this actually totally rules?
Wait, song or movie?
Either or.
Eurovision?
Okay. Yeah.
Because in that movie, it encompasses both of them for me. In
Yeah.
that movie,
Wow.
There's
Chris.
Husavik.
heavy hitter answer.
Husavik, I almost cried because it's such a beautifully written song. Like it's so the geek in me when it comes to music
Yeah.
hears certain songs and I go, oh, fuck,
Yeah.
so good. And it's the one like actually like morally good part of that movie.
Okay.
I don't know how else to describe it, but the fact that she sings in her native tongue, right? She sings part of it in Icelandic. And that competition specifically like shits on people who do that. They want to be like America's Got Talent. And so they want everyone to sing in English. And usually the people who sing in their native tongue do really poorly. So like so that movie and that song forced me in that 2-minute window to do that whole fucking thing and go, whoa, I had no idea I needed this movie in my life.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right on. Grant, what you got, man?
What are the parameters of this again? Like what? So like pointless or what?
Yeah,
do you
just
mean?
like totally unnecessary. Like, why the hell did they make this into a movie? And then it turned out to be like, oh,
I thought Hubie
wow.
Halloween was really funny. Did you?
I haven't
anybody
seen
watch
it
Fuck,
yet.
I haven't watched it yet.
is it? Is
Yeah,
it really
it's super
good?
funny. Yeah.
Okay, hell yeah.
And it's just it's like an amalgamation of all the. There's callbacks to every Adam Sandler movie.
oh yay!
Like there's O'Doyle's in it.
No
And
shit.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Oh,
so
that's excellent.
it's good.
It's like an homage festival.
Yeah, and it's Halloween too, so
Right.
it was. I enjoyed that a lot. Seems pretty pointless. Every Adam Sandler movie, like since he made the Netflix deal, seems pointless, but I
Yeah.
still like. I enjoy him.
Good.
I watched that one that he made with Jennifer Aniston. I've watched like a bunch of his.
Just
new
go
shit
with
and-
it.
No, it was the more recent one. It was the like
The murder one?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called.
Oh my God, I completely forgot
It was
about
pretty
that
funny.
movie.
And his special was like amazing.
Yeah.
But that's not something that's pointless.
Right.
Like if the Sandman puts out a special, that's big
Yeah,
news.
watching
You know,
it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got into this this random like horror rapper called Ghostmane. Have you guys heard of Ghostmane? It's like emo, super dirty, like trapped out horrorcore rap. And you can't even, it's some white dude who kind of looks like Marilyn Manson combined with Yellow Wolf and just radical. And it's like, I can't even understand a word this fucker is saying. And I just love this music. I don't know why.
Okay.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I don't even like listen to it. There's just like one song where I'm like, that's my favorite song now. I don't even know. It's called Mercury Retrograde is what it's called.
Oh.
And it's fucking
Oh
rad.
God.
Yeah. That's
Wow, you nailed it with the description.
thank you. Yeah.
That's exactly what he looks like. Holy
Oh
shit.
God, that's horrifying to look
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
That is hard to look at.
Ghostmane.
It looks like a
Jeez.
Yeah.
like you went to clean out your
That guy's fucking hideous, man.
clean out your fish tank and didn't realize
Yeah.
that there was a dead fish in there the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's the fucking thing that
Yeah.
pops up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice job. That's exactly what that was. Mara?
Word Wars. It's a documentary about competitive Scrabble players.
That's
See?
the best answer so far.
Yeah,
for
100%.
Yeah.
Wow. Well done.
Mhm.
God damn it, Mara. Thank you, Mara.
What about a song?
What about a song?
You don't have to have both.
I thought
Oh,
it was
you
either-
oh.
She used the or.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm also going to use the or. Real Steel with Hugh Jackman.
Is
When
that
I
the
was-
Rock'em Sock'em Robots type
Yep.
movie? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Movie shreds.
Really?
So good.
Yeah.
Like legit great movie.
I don't believe you.
It's very good. I mean, they got a sequel coming out years later.
Okay. Is that
I think
Is
I think
Hugh
that's
Jackman producing
I think
it?
that's based on the way Hollywood is doing things now. I think that it's a sign that the original movie was great when they try to reboot a franchise this long or this far down the line. You know what I'm saying? It's like Avatar. They're coming out with another one.
they're coming out with 4 more?
I know. That's what I mean. It's like they were like, okay, we did something right a while ago, and now we're not doing anything right. So what do you guys think about bringing back? You know what I'm saying?
We know the history of Avatar, though, about how Christopher Nolan's been trying to bring it back for...
James Cameron, you mean? Right?
Oh, shit, James Cameron. Sorry.
Former Vikings quarterback Doug Flutie.
Oh, yeah.
James Cameron
It's
did
actually
Avatar?
not
I thought
don't
Christopher
think he was a
Nolan did
Vikings
Avatar.
quarterback, but
Anyways,
Buffalo Bills.
James Cameron has
And
been...
I think the Patriots.
he was waiting for technology to catch up so that he could do it the way that he wanted to. Because the way that Avatar came out, it was... the technology it met his standards, like the way that CGI, how fucking realistic they can make it look. But now I'm trying to remember the concept that he was trying to get across, but like he had found one camera that could do it the way that he wanted to. Because like he filmed it, Avatar, in mind with Omni theaters. Like he wanted to make sure that it could be viewed that way. And the other camera that he was going to use was like, I want to say it was like $80,000.
that's so fucked.
But it's like $80,000 per day or something like that.
Jeez, dude.
I know.
Just to have
Good
some
You got
fucking-
angry because of that.
I could have sworn
dude.
we had talked about this.
That's so much more money than all of us make
Yeah.
in a year.
For
So-
Avatar.
Right.
I'll watch Real Steel if there's a montage like Rocky 4, but with
There's-
a robot.
There's some... you're not going to find a Rocky IV montage. I'll tell you that. And it sucks because
There's a montage.
Not like Rocky IV.
Not like Rocky 4, but there is a montage. Is that the one where he's running with...
Where he's on the mountain, like the tree on his
Oh,
shoulders.
my favorite is when him and
Apollo Creed.
Apollo Creed are running on the beach, and like Apollo is clearly not running that hard,
Yeah.
and he's still like doing better than Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
And then Sylvester Stallone decides to run faster than him, and you can see he is so stressed out trying to get faster, and Apollo's just like, "This is nothing, man."
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's in slow-mo, and then
His name's not actually Apollo Creed. That's his character's name.
no, I know.
Okay. Because you call him Sylvester Stallone.
Right.
Yeah. Because his name's Rocky Balboa.
Whatever. Rocky finally gets past him.
He blows,
blows
him?
him.
Wow. I need to watch this franchise.
Basically, at the end, so he finally gets ahead of him,
Yeah.
and then that's just the end of the jog.
Yeah.
And Rocky jumps up, and for some reason, they run into the ocean, and they're like splashing each other, and it's like you're murderers, you're boxers, and you're running in your shorty shorts, and then going into the ocean and splashing each other.
Dude, it's a dumb as shit movie. I mean, like, you're going to get dumb as shit moments. That's what happens.
It's so funny.
You guys ready for question number 2? This is a series of questions.
I'm ready.
I love it.
All right, cool. What totally necessary, highly anticipated movie or song came out that you were utterly disappointed in?
Avatar, The
Last Airbender.
The Last Airbender.
Okay, I'll give that to you.
So excited.
Yeah,
Utterly
so
disappointed.
bad. Yeah,
And there were so many problems with it, and everyone was super confused because M. Night Shyamalan is Asian.
right.
And it's like, why were you on board with whitewashing all of these characters? Yet it was just so weird. So fucking weird.
Well, you know, you win some, you lose some get rained out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
for sure.
Graham?
Shit, man. I don't know. I feel like a lot of stuff is just shit. So I'm trying to think.
I
of one
guess
that,
I guess we're gonna. You can pick any one of them.
I just watched that Will Ferrell and Julie Louis-Dreyfus movie called Downhill. Did you watch that?
No.
Oh man, it was so bad, and it could have been so funny with those two people in it, and it was honestly just terrible and not funny.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't funny.
Just hard to
You
watch.
got Will Ferrell and Julie Louis-Dreyfus, and you're gonna make it not fun. It's Elaine.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah. Like, who is so good.
Yeah. And you're gonna make that movie not funny? Like, how is
Yeah.
that even possible?
It seemed.
It's like a drama.
What did you
Yeah, I was
do?
gonna say
It's
it
supposed to be
seemed
like a
they-
dark comedy, but
Yes.
it was just drama.
Like, remember Punch Drunk Love?
Mm-hmm.
It seemed
seen
like
it.
they were trying to go that route, but those two characters are so obviously goofy that like they were like, well, we can't not utilize some of the goofy.
Mhm.
And the reviews are. Did anyone watch the Sherlock Holmes movie that they did?
No, I purposely missed that one.
I have not seen it
I
either,
heard it
but
was
I'm
bad.
going to watch it because so many people said that they walked out of the theater
Yeah.
because it was just terrible.
Which is so sad because Step Brothers was legitimately revolutionary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody quoted them. Or more like a movie. in
Nah,
that
nobody
period of
quoted
time.
that movie. You were
Okay.
right. Yeah.
All right. Cinnamon. Heel. Cinnamon. There's so many like quotable but like rarely quoted lines in that movie. That's why I love it so much.
My favorite factoid is the
Eat
prosthetic.
shit, Derek.
The
What's up?
prosthetic nuts that cost $1,000 to make, and so Will Ferrell.
Why wouldn't you just show your own nuts if that
Yeah.
was the case?
Right.
Because he wanted them to be like droopy.
Yeah,
and
huge. And who wants?
I feel
honest
like
to
his
God-
nuts are probably that.
Yeah, but honestly, like just the idea of the crashing around fighting scene that follows that, like, in the idea that you may like get your nuts stuck in between the two cymbals of a hi hat is just too much to handle.
dude, yeah. So Will Ferrell brings that up in interviews sometimes. He'll be like, "Yeah, they're on a like how a baseball is in one of those like
No
plastic
way.
cubes. Yeah, he has them
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great.
on display in his house.
It's like Joel McHale's character in
That-
Frick. What's the movie?
Community.
No,
Fuck.
there's a movie where Joel McHale plays like this total asshole. Is it Ted? It might be Ted. And then he's got
I've never seen Ted.
That's a good movie. Ted 2 was really bad, but Ted 1 was really good. And I think it is Ted because he's got Lance Armstrong's like nut. And it's like in a case gilded in his house. It's so funny.
I just came up with the perfect two-part answer for this.
Oh.
Like, I'm not that into comic books and stuff, but I attempted to watch this movie. Suicide Squad was
Damn
like
it, that
the
was my
worst
answer.
movie
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was my answer.
But Birds of Prey, fucking
So
rips.
good.
Really good movie.
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's the best villain. Like,
yeah. Suicide Squad, it's just like we're no plot, so just decided to go no plot with
Yeah.
the film.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Zack Snyder.
I'll have to come up with a different answer by the time it gets around to me. So, Mara?
The 2011 version of The Thing.
Oof. Wow. It's just so many deep cuts.
It's streaming right now, and I just can't even like bring myself to watch it because it's like
The
I just-
82
Oh, yeah.
version is
Yeah.
a perfect movie. I don't know what you're doing
Yeah.
at this
Yeah.
point.
because that's a prequel, right? The new one is supposedly a prequel.
I think
Why?
you're right. Yeah,
Why you gotta
exactly.
fuck with it?
Just re-release the 82 version in
Thank
theater
you.
so I can see it.
you know what I just remembered? Like, my brother and I got high and went and saw Mortal Kombat when it was re-released. You know what I'm talking about? The guy from
Wait, the one from like 1995?
No. They did another one.
Annihilation.
Liu Kang is still Liu Kang, but fucking the dude from American Pie, who's like the pretty one.
Oh yeah,
He's on the lacrosse
Finch?
team.
Finch. No, is that's the little nerdy?
He's
guy, isn't
also in Just Friends.
it? I know who
with
I know
Ryan
exactly
Reynolds.
Who you're talking about?
Shit. Have you seen Just Friends?
no.
That is an incredible movie, and you should definitely watch it.
Okay.
Well, it's Oz Striker.
And the guy that plays Bison is good because he's always good. But, fuck, now I can't. Okay, all right. Pause
Dude,
for a
you
second.
are, dude.
Is this
you
like some
are-
deep like improv shit you're doing right
What?
now?
Okay, so I'm gonna do my answer then. Well, Chris is.
What? Yeah, I'm curious to what the payoff of this is, though. Go.
of all of these answers?
No, of Chris's
Oh,
specific
yeah.
rabbit hole right
Because
now.
he's combined Street Fighter now into his Mortal Kombat movie.
I was wondering about that. Yeah.
That's who Bison is.
Oh, you're right.
I would say Avengers Age of Ultron for me. Now, they redeemed themselves, but I did not like Age of Ultron. I thought that was too much of a stretch, and just like the whole...
I'd rather watch that than like the Thor movie.
Yeah, but the original Thor was dog shit.
Yeah.
So they came out with the second one, and everyone was like, well, this is going to be bad, too.
This is like kind of what I was getting at, though, when like I said like everything is shit.
Yeah.
Like we're arguing minutia right now. It's
Yeah.
like Thor 1 was like less shit than Thor 2, but
Yeah.
I gotta say I love Thor 2. It's my favorite Marvel movie, and that's like universally like the most hated Marvel movie. It's my favorite one.
Really?
Yeah.
Have
I
you
love the
seen
goblins. I love the
okay.
evil goblins.
Yeah,
They're fucking
okay.
radical.
Okay.
Yeah, they talk all weird and they have like deep voices and
all
they're
right,
scary.
all right. I'll give you that. I'll give you
Yeah.
that. Because like Ragnarok,
That was a good
such a beautiful redemption.
Yeah.
Of Thor, I thought.
I like all the Thor movies, but I'm into like that like high fantasy shit way more than comic book
give
or
you that.
superhero stuff. So like I'm
So when it plays into your desires, a little
it's
bit
just
more.
something I'm way more interested
Yeah.
in. Like I haven't seen most of the Marvel movies, but
Same.
I highly recommend Doctor Strange. I recommend that to everyone.
see, I just like
Ant-Man.
yeah, I haven't seen either of
Also
those. I just
great.
like I
Funny.
just don't care enough. Like I really don't care, and they're so long, and there's so many of them. It's like this insurmountable task at this point to be like, I'm gonna watch.
You have to look up like a graph
Yeah.
to figure out which order to
And
watch
yeah, the
movies in.
timeline.
Actually, Disney Plus put them in the
Oh,
timeline order.
shit,
now.
it was Street Fighter. So Bison, I was saying the name of the movie is wrong. It was Street Fighter. They did another Street Fighter movie, and he plays a detective in it. And he's constantly saying, over and out. And then he'll slowly, like, it's almost like Jim Carrey making fun of a fucking detective.
no.
It's so goddamn
Ace
bad.
Ventura.
So Matt and I are high watching this movie. And we're like, it's just so bad that we're like laughing. Like, it's horrible.
Yeah.
So the guy who plays Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat
Oh, okay.
is in this, and he explodes at one point, and at the end of the movie, there's like fog, and then he reappears, and it's like, we watched you explode. You can't do a cliffhanger. That's a farce. That's what you just did.
That's funny.
So it was hilarious, but also made us very upset at the same time.
All right, song or movie that brought you from hating a genre or an artist or a director into the realm of loving them.
Justin Bieber for sure.
Okay, but
Because
song.
song.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
a good
so
answer though.
I hated Justin Bieber and then Justin Bieber, so
Where Are You Now? His
okay.
remix with Skrillex and Diplo.
Okay.
When they did that, because Bieber actually wrote the song before that remix came out. So he had written that, and it was an acoustic song. And then somebody sent it to Skrillex, and Skrillex was like, and there's this famous quote. He's doing an interview, and somebody's like, wants to know the history of the song. And he's like, so yeah, I wrote the song and then sent it over to Skrillex, and he messed it up. And people think that he's saying like Skrillex fucking ruined the song.
Yeah.
But he's actually just like, he did his thing.
Yeah.
And so people think that he was shitting on Skrillex,
But he weren't.
but he weren't. And then when that album dropped, I looked at the production team that made that album as like superstars. Bieber was like, he's just an instrument in my eyes.
Because Skrillex did the beat for Sorry too, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the Biebs.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
J-Bibs.
Jabibs.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in on that and say like Miley Cyrus.
Ooh.
Party in the USA, honestly. Like that's where it
great
started. And it just went from being like, yeah, who is this person to oh yeah, like I'm actually a fan of this person.
Did you see the two covers that she just did?
Dude, I saw the zombies one, the cranberry zombie. That was so good. Yeah, she is great.
She did a cover of that?
And Heart of Glass.
I didn't see that one.
Fucking crushed it.
Yeah.
I didn't know she did a cover of
Oh, she's a monster.
Yeah.
never mind.
There's been like a bunch of bands.
You an Asian guy again?
No, you just watched me full blown short circuit.
There's like a bunch of bands where I just never listen to them, and then it's just like one song, and I'm like, oh yeah, like I've always been a fan of this band.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Mara?
So there was like a good 15 years where I got deep into heavy metal, like all the Cookie Monster stuff. And then it kind of fell off for a while. And I was listening to like more instrumental and some kind of like, it wasn't exactly pop, but it was poppier sounding. And I never really thought I'd go back to that. But then I started listening to this band called Buried Alive.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like this dude that goes nuts on guitar. And he like screams all the time and everything's like a fruit pun. Because it's buried alive, buried.
Oh, my God.
Like a strawberry.
Oh no, I went from liking them a lot to now I don't like them because what you just said that.
Well, I have a fig saw hat.
Now I don't like you.
Hold on, can I show you?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get to a part here. Oh, Biden.
Get over here, Jack.
So excited.
Let me
Can't
fuck
wait.
your ass.
Did you hear Sam Elliott's commercial that he did for Biden?
No.
Oh, it's beauts. So good. His voice is just the
He's got
best.
he's got one of the best voices ever. And then he was in The Ranch.
Mm,
Oops.
mm,
Jeez.
mm.
How the
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because he plays all that.
I'm back to liking them again.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, he's got like a kill switch. He's like tapping on the strings. He's also doing like pick slides at the same time.
That was incredible.
Also, I don't know if anybody noticed, but that guy's married too.
Yeah, that's insane.
Nice. Well done, Chris. Foot 5. Good job, Daddy.
Oh, did you notice, by the way, this couch reupholstering I did of my shoes?
Yeah, it looks
It's because
really cool.
so the tongues were too thin, and so I cut a fucking backrest out, and then cut open
sew them shut.
so then I can cinch my shoelaces down
okay.
without hurting my tootsies.
You're fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you though. It's a good idea. Now you should sew that shut because it looks like fucking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. For me, I don't know. This is gonna sound real weird because I've talked about them a lot and I talk them up a lot. But it took until I listened to 46 and 2
Oh
for
yeah,
me
yeah.
to actually like Tool.
Really?
I hated literally everything I'd heard by them up until I listened to 46 and 2, and then
What's the one?
I think that's Enema.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what
That
that
was-
noise
so-
was, but
It's called Enema.
You don't know that
Yeah.
song?
no, I know that song,
Oh yeah, yeah.
but
Right?
yeah, I mean,
Does Enema
it's
just have the
Enema.
one meaning?
I think so.
Yeah, so like
Because isn't there also Enema of the State? Wasn't that a?
Yeah, that's
what-
Blink-182.
Yeah,
yeah, well, that's and it's a play on enemy.
yeah. I know. I'm
And
just
Enema.
wondering if like
Oh, you
they're
thought maybe it
literally
was
just talking about
yeah, like that.
the thing.
Fleshing out the asshole.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
Just
Tool was
confirming.
referencing.
I'm not as dumb as James,
Lost
so
Highway.
you don't need to slow it down. Like, sorry.
The assumption. Oh man, I could feel you in your head going, is he explaining? Does he think?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Enema that you were thinking of. Yep.
So my brother learned how to play that, and that was my first introduction to Tool.
That's badass.
I was like, holy
But
shit.
yeah, I'd listen to all not all their catalog, but a lot of their hits. And I was like, I don't fucking feel these guys at all.
I mean, I decided a while ago that I was just gonna pretty much like everything. It was just I mean, I would listen to Tool. It's I never do, but I'm sure I would like them. It's people show me a band and I'm just like, oh yeah, I like that. Cool. Never gonna listen again. I don't give it why. So many. There was a time I think it was probably around 2010 when everybody was just a hater on everything. Nothing could be cool. You couldn't
it was cool for nothing to be cool.
Yeah, you couldn't like anything.
Yeah.
It seemed because I remember one friend specifically of mine who everything I would show him, he'd be like, that fucking sucks, dude. That's what that why do you and it's just
jaded. Everyone was jaded.
That was the height of hipster mania too.
Yeah.
Everybody was going to Urban Outfitters. Everyone was trying to find dive bars.
Soy milk lattes.
Soy milk fucking lattes.
Soy boy lattes, more like.
Soy
Nice.
enemas.
Yeah.
Why have we not done that yet?
Too much estrogen.
It's just tofu. It's just a tofu dildo.
I don't want it to turn my anus into a vagine with estrogen
But
count.
I think at that point I just decided I was like, this is tiresome.
Yeah.
To just pick.
So you went full hipster and we're just like, fuck the system. I'm going to flip it on its head and everything's fucking cool now.
Sure. Yeah.
Good for you.
It was
Good
like
for
you either.
I bet it's freeing.
I didn't have to change anything about my lifestyle at all. You just go when somebody shows you something, you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
You either didn't like anything,
You got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
or you
Yeah,
either
yeah.
didn't like anything, or you went to see Pink in concert.
Sure.
That
Yeah.
was-
I went and saw, this is obviously not, but I'll go and see anybody in concert. Doesn't matter. Go see Pink. I saw Beyonce. And I wasn't
Really?
a
Oh,
big
dude, that
pop
would've
fan
been-
or anything.
I-
My friend had free tickets to Jay-Z. I'm naming really good people, so these are bad examples. But
Yeah, but
I'm not a diehard Jay-Z. I'll just go and be like, yeah, Jay-Z's fucking sick. Of course I'm gonna go see Jay-Z. Why
Right.
not?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
But Beyonce, that had to be amazing.
Yeah. She had 2 stages on either side of the XL, and she rode a zip line between the two.
Holy
It was rad.
fuck.
It was super
What,
sick.
dude?
Yeah. I also saw Weird Al. More costume changes than Beyonce. It was amazing.
That is amazing.
Hey,
I
by
went-
the way,
I saw-
Mara, is Weird Al your dad?
What? Is it the hair?
Because you guys kind of look.
Is he Jewish?
I mean,
He is Jewish.
yeah. I saw Puddle's Pity Party.
Okay.
You ever heard of that?
No.
Okay.
Is that the clown?
Yeah. So on America's Got Talent,
See the sad clown?
yeah, dude. It was like 10 years ago. I don't know. Something like that. Maybe 5 years ago. This clown shows up on America's Got Talent. And then it was the way they build it, edit it, that you're like, oh, this guy's going to suck, And then he's a incredible singer. So he does
Wait, he's a singer?
Yeah, dude.
He's
He
not a
does-
clown?
Right. He doesn't talk at all. While he's on stage, he'll set up all of his songs and bits and whatever with all motions. It's all physical comedy. And then he goes into song and he fucking shreds everything. It's unbelievable. He does Johnny Cash covers. He does Hurt. It's breathtaking. Saw him at I don't fucking what theater was it? Might have been the State Theater. And that was
You saw him live?
yeah.
Oh, holy
it was
shit.
incredible.
That's awesome.
It was such a completely the opposite of what you might imagine. It was incredible.
You know what's weird? When you go to concerts and the band doesn't sound like what they do on their album.
Yeah.
That, I remember the first concert I went to, I was like, this doesn't sound fucking anything like that.
Yeah.
But the one band, the first memory that I have of a band fucking sounding exactly like they do on the album is Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah, I've seen them live.
Oh my fucking God. When they tour with Seether, the lead singer of Seether and Breaking Benjamin do this cover of Deftones.
Ooh.
It's
Love me some Deftones.
unfucking believable. They do so goddamn good.
That's my best example of that is when I went and saw Pumpkins.
Ooh.
That was. I cried more than once at that show.
Well, that's awesome.
Was
Just
that recently?
Yeah, it was at the X.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
so it was the first time that Jimmy Chamberlain was back on tour with them, and he's like on my Mount Rushmore of drummers. Like I love drummers. I always have loved drummers, and he's like for sure on my
Mount
Rushmore.
Drummore.
Nice. Yeah. But
Quite the leap.
they kicked him out of the band in like not in the 90s, in the early 2000s because him and the bassist overdosed on heroin. The bassist died. So they were like, you can't be here anymore. And then
That's why they kicked him out? Holy shit.
It was literally backstage at a show, like before they went on stage. Bassist died. And then, so they kicked Jimmy out, and then Jimmy got clean, and he was like back on tour with them. And there was this moment where, so James Iha is their like rhythm guitarist. Actually, no, he's their lead, and then Billy Corgan is the rhythm. But anyway, so James, like walks out into the middle of the stage, like before they play like their third song or whatever, and he did this super long, like loving, like welcome back speech, and like everyone there was 15,000 people were crying. It was so he was like. We couldn't be more proud of him. Like he's clean. It's been a long journey, but like the most important part of this entire operation is the man sitting on the kit tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, like put your hands together for Jimmy fucking Chamberlain, and everyone just lost their fucking minds. It was so cool. But to your point about sounding exactly like it, they backfill. They travel with other musicians.
Oh yeah.
Which is brilliant, especially for a band of like their age and the amount of touring they've done, So like it gives Billy the freedom to be able to just like lean really heavily into singing and then have somebody else take over.
Yeah. There's a lot of musicians in Minnesota and Wisconsin that play for bands when they tour through town. Like I met a lot of people that I was like Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros. Obviously they have a goddamn tribe that goes with them everywhere that they go, but there's a lady that plays saxophone for them, Alpha Rev. I forget who else she's played for, but like I met her because of that.
That's so cool. That's where when your parents are like, "You're never gonna make it anywhere playing this fucking guitar. Go get your accounting degree, Devin."
No, you're never gonna make it
They're
playing
right.
that fucking saxophone, Jessica.
Yeah. Why are we paying $40,000 a year for you to go to music school so you can play in a fucking orchestra?
One last story
She's
about
like,
that.
I'm gonna play for the Mighty Mighty Boston when they come to town.
Once every 4 years. Mom.
So one
Real Big
last
Fish is coming in January.
So this is a ska specific.
Yeah. Oh, I was just trying to think of like where would a
A
saxophone...
horn
Yeah.
section, yeah, good.
I'm gonna get real picky, real semantic-y here for a second.
Real big
Saxophone is actually a woodwind instrument.
Well, I fucking hate the saxophone, so it's
fishy.
ironic
But it's still
that
a horn, isn't it?
I like this lady.
It's a woodwind.
Well, it's brass and it sucks all the dicks.
No, because the brass section is like the trumpets, the trombones.
What's
The
a
baritone.
saxophone made out of?
It doesn't matter. I'm talking about the type of instrument it is. It's
But-
about how the sound goes into the instrument, Chris, and at the very tip top where
It's
you
a
put
reed.
those fucking thick lips is a reed. Thank you, Grant.
Yeah. I would contest that it's still possible that it is a horn, though.
Yeah.
Is it not a phone?
And all this time, I thought it was made by the Bell
We're
Corporation.
both wrong.
Okay, quick story about that fucking Breaking Benjamin show, yeah? So Breaking Benjamin, Seether, and Evanescence are all on tour together.
Wow.
Incredible. But
That's a lot of people super pissed at their dad. Keep going.
yes. So when Evanescence does that that one sad song, fuck.
Wake me up inside.
No, not that one. The
That's
other
the
one
one.
Me up.
where it's
Wake
all
me up inside.
I just cry every time I listen to that song. Just silent tears streaming down my face.
That's funny.
No, that's
My
it.
Immortal.
Yeah, My Immortal. Okay, so My Immortal comes on, and all of the girls that were there with their boyfriends, me included, fucking 3 Days Grace was there too.
Oh,
So
wow.
The whole kit and caboodle of new metal or whatever the fuck it's called, new rock.
Hardcore. I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, because like new metal was kind of over.
New metal
That's
was
like System of a Down.
New
is
metal. New metal was a Korn, I thought.
Yeah, but
that's
see, that's
insane.
still kind of. Anyways, so that song comes on, My Immortal, and all of the girlfriends. I'm looking around and I'm seeing them all turn to their boyfriends who are trying to watch the fucking show and start singing to them. And I'm like, this is bullshit. And then I feel tiny arms around my tiny waist, because I was 17 at the time. And my girlfriend is doing the same fucking thing. And I'm like, holy shit. This whole XL Energy Center is just full of women.
What a waste of a ticket.
Wasting your money.
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
Oh, yeah.
Look at Amy. What's her face?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was hilarious to watch everyone like, what is happening? Oh my God.
Is that your score? About 15,000 hand jobs going on in here right now. This is wild.
But yeah, they were all crying too. I was like, okay, I like the song too, but you're a little off pitch. So fuck off and let's listen to the
There's the reason they're getting paid, sister.
Also, I was there with my sister. What was she doing?
Also, why am I dating my sister? What the heck's going on?
I could do better than this.
That's such a weird concert.
That's in today.
It is in today.
It is. Yep. Ask Pornhub. They'll tell you right away.
Have you heard my cousin joke?
Are you saving it for later?
No,
Because I haven't heard it, so I don't know. When.
It's a throwaway. Like it only landed a couple of times. Went to Arizona where most of my cousins live, and I hadn't seen them in a long time. And so they're technically my second cousins because it's like my dad's cousins' kids.
Okay.
Right? And I am really hitting it off with one of my cousins. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm falling in love with my second cousin, which is a huge problem because I'm married to my first cousin.
I can see why it was a throwaway, man.
Yeah. It landed a couple of times. People were like,
Yeah, it was probably a lot of sucking back the vomit that just came up.
they spit out all their popcorn and peanuts.
Yeah, I think that could work. You know?
Yeah,
It's short. It's not like you're gonna. You could just. That's a throwaway joke, you know?
Yeah.
Just in between while I'm cleaning the mic.
Yeah.
That way I'm not sucking out the energy for the next comic.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Just so many sideways. So, should we do some brought to you buys?
Yeah!
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Craig. I'm Craig Ferguson.
You know, I haven't drank for 15 years. Go to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings every Wednesday.
Alcoholics Anonymous.
Aye.
I can't do that accent.
Oh, it's a great one. Well,
It's
this
a
is
great one.
Okay.
You guys-
Good job.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I think we both got one of his. It's fucking really good. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by The Lesser of Two Evils. Now with 1% less evil. That's such a well-written joke.
Brought to you by Democrats. Or paid for by Democrats.
Joe
Republic of
Biden.
America.
Come on, Jack. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Huggies Nuggies. Delicious chocolate morsels, not as gross as the name suggests.
That's good. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by the Schlong Bong. Now you can smoke Mary Jane with your main vein. Pipes up, boys. Well done.
Holy shit.
Well done.
That's really funny.
The thunder. Bring it in. Get over here. Christopher. You're better than that.
Christopher.
Chris.
Chris.
It's got to be less. It's always, people always add the extra weird, like, phlegm moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother doesn't do that, and my brother sounds more like Arnold than anyone I know.
He
He just
He's
like
grounded.
He just
He's like-
eliminated that part.
He's like every day.
yeah, he's like Arnold isn't always yelling, "Get to the chopper."
He is in my impression.
Right.
This episode of Dude Abs.
Okay, go ahead.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Big Al's Slightly Used Meat Shop, where if it's almost edible, it tastes incredible. Satisfaction not guaranteed.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by a new Broadway play called Petra's Peculiarly Long Pants, a play about them fucking legs.
Nice.
Peculiarly is a very hard word to say.
is.
I don't know if I've ever said it before.
Dude, I was on a sales call today, and I tried to say the word burglary, and I said burglary. And, dude, it was so bad. And, like, midway through my pitch, I was like, burglary, that's a hard word. And then just moved on to the next thing, and the guy lost it. He thought that was so fucking funny.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he got super mad.
No, and then, no, he's like,
Get the fuck off my phone.
no, he was like, send me an email, blah, 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 as a follow-up. And I sent him an email, and then I said, hopefully you can get on the phone with, like, you know, my account manager or whatever. He'll have an easier time saying burglary.
Nice.
And he just ate that shit up.
Using
in
that
his response.
humor.
Mara, can you remind me Louisiana when this is all done? Louisiana.
Is that a safe word?
Popeye's Louisiana chicken. Yeah. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by using your beard to hide your double chin. Brilliant. Dude, that killed me when I read that. It's like, that's what he's doing right now. It's like that Family Guy moment where they're like, I love it when they say the title of the movie in the movie. You got him this week.
Oh, man. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Jack Reach Around, starring Tom Cruise and for some dick. That's so fucking funny. Did you write that?
No,
you
that
wrote
was Mara. Tom cruising for some dick. That's brilliant. Well done, Mara.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Bo's Surf Shop. Get totally barreled in those waves with our surfboards.
Bowards.
Is it
Boards.
supposed to be boards? You did that?
You
sack of garbage.
I ended the saga.
God damn it. I
These
thought,
are all-
I thought I could
these
make
are
it
all
work.
prequels. These
You
aren't
also
canon.
missed, you get totally borreled in those waves with our surfboards. Either way, I would say don't pull the trigger on this, regardless of.
Well done.
So
There's some
that's the
history
last one?
there. Yeah, and it's real good. I gotta fucking. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Topeka Joe's Putt Puff Frol. Oh fuck me! I gotta start over. Dude, it's
two?
like it's gonna take. Okay,
This is a long one.
it's and it's gonna take some like perfect
He usually
enunciation.
writes super fucking long ones.
I do.
I got inspired by those ones.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Topeka Joe's Putt Putt Frol Family Fun Center. It's putt-putt golf, but we replace the balls with frisbees. You still have to use a club, though, so it's not fun at all. Brilliant, dude. So good.
Thank
See,
you.
those are my favorite
Thank
ones.
you.
The ones where you just, like, you drive it so hard into the ground, and the payoff is just, like,
Yeah, I feel like I kind of brought the whole spectrum, you know?
You did.
Like one very simple,
Yeah.
not really even a joke, just kind of.
Whenever I hear your jokes, I usually think he's on the spectrum.
Yeah.
nice.
Mhm. I
You're
try
like,
to keep my jokes on it.
Asperger's?
Yeah.
Man, it sucks because the Patreon episode, you guys, if you like those brought to you by us, we had some bangers on that one as well. So pay $600 and get the fucking episode. Louisiana. Speaking of like work stuff, this dude called and goes, "Oh, it's found like mouse in there." Yeah. And
Oh,
I said,
I love this already.
are you looking for a Torx driver? Yeah, I'm a Torx man. They're T7, T8. You know. I said, I had to say, sir, I'm having a tough time hearing you. I have a Torx 7. You know what I'm there? I was like, yeah, man. What do you want a warranty? Yeah, damn with the tip and, and give it in there, stripping out. I'm like, yep. So there's a section on the website, and you go, oh, I tip it about there over the phone. Like, we try to make it easier. All you have to do is take a photo of the drivers in question and send it in, and then we'll get you your new drivers. Oh, no, tip it him. Tip talks every day. Maybe there's somebody that could help you take the photos. Oh, tip it about him talks and okay. Goodbye. He just hung up on me. Oh my God. I want to hear it.
You were like, is this the coach of the Mud Dogs? What the fuck is happening?
Dude, I'm normally good with accents and like understanding dialects.
Yeah.
This was the first time that I straight up had no fucking idea what he was saying.
That was a really, really beautiful rendition, though. Like, you nailed it. Seriously, I'm not even trying to be a dick.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I could tell you were trying to do the whole, like, Cajun fucking south of the landmass, accent. But you also wanted to find a way to sneak, like, actual word sounds in there. That was good. I don't know if that's the first time you ever done Louisiana voice, but
I can't think of a time when I really...
It didn't sound amateur. It sounded like you knew how to recreate the voice. So well done on that part of the story.
You know what it reminded me of? Boomhauer from King of the Hill?
Yeah.
It was like that. Like,
yeah. Except
man, old dang, take me, woo, whack, 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 that cool over there.
Dude, I loved that show so much. I haven't seen it for yeah. God damn it, Dale.
Damn it, Bill.
Bobby.
Whoa.
I'm high as a gourd. Or no, he's like, I'm high off my gourd. That's what he says.
Now, people will tell you that you don't need to clean your grill, but they're just lazy.
All right. Should we do some prems? It's 8:10.
Yeah. Also,
how long have we been going?
I have no idea.
Hour 13.
Yeah, okay.
Right on time. All right, I got to tell. Mine's a story, but this is a story I've never really told on stage, and it's one of my favorite stories ever.
Can I go pee-pee real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to go too, actually.
Okay, cool, then we'll just pause as a group because...
That's just giving people the material to come and fuck with you.
I completely forgot to tell you, or did I tell you, that we got like our first like negative comment on a video?
Ooh.
It's so funny.
Uh-oh.
I also realized you guys didn't introduce me.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I figured we'd have...
Well, he snubbed me the last time I tried to introduce somebody.
It'll be in the intro, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I figured that was going to be like we didn't have to, we're not going to have, so we've been having Mara do these where she records an intro.
Oh,
I'll do it during
yeah.
that, for sure.
Daniela Santiago writes, seriously not funny, exactly like the kind of toilet humor 12-year-olds love. It's like, that's
a
the
bad
show.
review, yeah.
Is that on a full episode or is that on like a
hold
clip?
on. Was that on a clip or on a full episode?
That's on a full episode.
She watched the whole episode to be like...
There's no way she watched the whole episode.
For sure. But I'm just saying, like, how funny would it be
But
if she watched
had
the
to
whole thing and
watch
she was
long enough because right away we don't go into toilet humor.
Which one?
It's the Zoom one.
Fuck off. That's what I say to that. Like, who fucking cares?
No,
Why?
keep listening. What are you talking?
Yeah, also keep listening.
Why would you want that person listening? Like, that's not. That's clearly not your
I know, but
audience.
it's kind of funny, though.
It is funny, but like,
I'll tell you this. If you see this, keep watching, keep leaving shitty comments. That's fucking awesome. I want to hear.
you guys have the most insane
I want to make
like messaging and call to actions.
I want to make a bit out of this.
Buy this Patreon so you can cancel us.
Yeah.
Keep leaving mean comments on our YouTube page. Listen, even though you do not like us.
Right. I want to do. Let's see what Daniela thinks of last week's episode.
Don't feed the trolls, man.
Why?
I love it. Well, I commented
See,
back.
The trolls don't bother me though.
I commented back
they
and
must
said,
huh?
They must though a little bit if you're.
No, like that. To me, it's mostly humorous. It's like you wasted your
hilarious.
time so like to the who has the time and energy to tell people that?
Also, I don't remember talking about toilets during that one.
Yeah, me either.
Thank you.
So I replied back, I know this isn't a positive review, but I appreciate you taking the time to watch the episode and voice your opinion. This episode definitely wasn't our best, and I take the blame for that as the producer and editor. I went full like CEO style on it.
Yeah, you went full Herbalife.
Yeah. But also Daniela.
It's Pikachu!
It's Clefairy!
Okay, go. What's your promise?
All right. It's not a premise. It's a story, but it's one I've never done on stage. So there's gonna be a lot of fat. Obviously, it can be trimmed down, but I just want to tell the story outright because anyway. All right. So in high school, I was like a part of the group of kids that like pretended to not give a fuck at all, but also like didn't do drugs and alcohol. Right. So I like stayed clean, mostly because of hockey and because I was terrified of my parents. So like I didn't want to get caught drinking, didn't want to get a minor because that meant that I couldn't play hockey. But I also knew that I was more afraid of my parents than I was of the cops anyway. So I never drank. But near the end of senior year, we kind of let loose a little bit because hockey was over. I had no other reason to not drink. So it was like, all right, we can drink now. And we started drinking and it was fine. But we always like got booze from like, you'd take some from your parents or you know what I mean? Or it was like, I wasn't going out and buying it. And then
move the vegetables.
Yeah. And then for the last day of school senior year, we had a plan. It was me and two of my friends. We had a plan to get drunk at this outdoor camp, obviously outdoor, at this like camp out with other people we graduated at this girl's house. There was going to be like 25 tents. It was going to be awesome. And so we're like, all right, we got to get a hold of booze, but we've never done this before. So we're like, all right, who's the one person we know can get us booze? Well, it's a kid who's a junior in high school. So 3 kids who are seniors and graduating had to go up a kid who was younger than them, be like, hey, man, can you get us a bottle of booze? And he's like, yeah, what do you want? We were like, I don't fucking know, vodka? And he was like, all right, sounds good. I'll have it for you tomorrow. And we're like, cool. So the next day we showed up with like $15. And he goes, all right, I need $20 for this bottle. And we're like, we don't have $20 fucking dollars. We're broke. And in high school, we don't have jobs. You know, like he's like, guys, I can't. It costs $20. I'm not going to front you $5. I also don't have money. Like I just said, I'm the middleman here. I need the $20 to give to the guy. And we're like, oh, okay. So during lunch, we all went out to our cars and grabbed all of our change. So we counted out $5 in change, which included pennies and dimes and whatever, and then just put a bunch of cash in the change into a bag and brought it into school and just like nonchalantly, totally naive, just handed him a bag of money. And he's like, guys, what the you can't just hand people bags of money in high school. This looks like a drug deal. What the fuck is wrong with you? And we're like, I don't know. Sorry. So we go home after school. And my mom is there, and it's the 3 of us. You know, we're all excited. It's our senior year. We're no more high school. This is amazing, whatever. And we have to, like, plan to go pick up the booze from this person's house. But beforehand, we needed to get the okay from my mom that we could go sleep in a tent in this person's backyard. So we're like, hey, Mom, so, like, tonight there's, like, this party kind of thing, and we're just thinking, like, you know, just in case, like, you know, it gets really late, that we'd probably, like, want to sleep there. So we're like, everyone's bringing a tent, so we're going to sleep. And she's like, you're not going to a party with a bunch of 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds to drink and sleep in tents. And we're like, we're not going to drink. Come on. She's like, then why do you need to stay over? We're like, well, what if it gets really late? You don't want to be on the road too late, you know? And she's like, you're 18. There is no too late on the road for you. Like, your eyes don't go bad at 9 o'clock. You're going to be fine. You can drive home. We're like, but come on, Mom. You have to let us. And she's like, no. Like, you're not. We're like, fine. So we're like, we're going to go to Chipotle, you know, like all defiance. But really, we were going to pick up the booze. So we got a text from this kid, and he's like, all right, it's at their house. Here's where their house is. It's in the bush. And we're like, what the fuck? So we like pull up to this house. It is on the busiest road in Maple Grove with the most cops. And it's the day the seniors get out of school. So cops are fucking everywhere. We pull up to this house And there's one bush, and it is like right in front of the fucking main road. And now there's 3 kids sticking their arms in this bush to pull out a fucking bottle of booze. And we pull out this bottle of Smirnoff, and we're like, okay, like, sick. Now what do we fucking do? So we had read somewhere that you just pour the booze in a fucking water bottle, right? Classic move. So we went to the recycle, got a couple of water bottles, filled up 2 water bottles of booze. And then we're like, well, what are we going to do with this fucking bottle? All right, well, I guess we'll just throw it in the woods. So I just full-blown tomahawk throw this bottle of booze out to the woods. And we've got this swamp in my backyard. And we, like, walk back inside and we go upstairs. And, like, if you look out into the woods, the only thing you see is a bottle of Smirnoff floating in this pond. And we're like, fuck, that wasn't there yesterday. That's got to be ours. We're boned. So my mom is like, are you guys still going to go to that party? And we're like, yeah, we'll go. So now we're like, okay, we're going to have to push back the drinking. And so we go to the party for like a half hour, and everyone's just bombed and like taking fucking Vicodin and Percocet and shit. And we're like, God, we're really missing out. This has been a really cool party, man. So we come home, and I knew my mom like had an idea that something was up, but this was like the big telltale sign. We walk in, and my mom's like still up, and then my 2 buddies go downstairs. My mom's like, Alex, can I talk to you for a second? And I was like, yeah, totally. And I thought I was going to get the like, so proud of you for graduating, you know, it's the next stage of your life. Congratulations, enjoy your night, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's not how this conversation went. She goes, hey, no matter what happens tonight, your brother has a science project on the kitchen table. Do not touch it. I was like, what? Why would I touch? And she's like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter why. Do not mess up your brother's science project. I'm like, okay, that's weird. I've never messed up anything like that before. Anyway, so I go downstairs. We like take out the booze. And this is like our first time drinking, like for real drinking, you know? So we drank way too fucking much. And I got so drunk. And then none of us knew how to handle being so drunk. So like I got the spins, and I thought I was going to die. So this is a new feeling for me. I don't know how to cope with this. And I can't fucking go upstairs because my brother's science project is up there, you know? So it's like, I just got to lay on the couch and fucking deal with this. So I didn't sleep a wink that whole night. And then finally, like in the morning, I'm like, I gotta fucking throw up. Like, so I like go to like get up and then walk around the love seat in the basement to where the big garbage can is, and I can't make it. So I just full blown stand up on the couch and jump off the couch over the love seat, and then land like bear hug the fucking barrel that is our garbage can and just start rocket vomiting into this thing. And it's a violent vomit, like where like you're pushing so hard to go out this way that air is coming out the other way. So I'm like farting and throwing up at the same time. You know what I mean? It's horrible. So I like stand up, and I have that like booze vomit moment where you're like, well, that ain't it, but I don't got any more in me. So this is not going to be good. So I go upstairs to get some water. And as I'm like reaching the top of the stairs, my body's like, you got to go again, bud. So I go into the bathroom, and I just start fucking dry heat. It's horrible. And I open the door, and my mom is standing outside of the door, and she's like, did you guys have fun last night? And I was like, she's like, you smell like vomit. And I was like, she's like, did you touch your brother's science project? And I was like, I didn't. She's like, good. You need some water? And I was like, yeah. So anyway, so that night was the section finals for baseball. And some of my closest friends were on the baseball team. So I spent the whole day sleeping and trying to get over this hangover. And then that night, we went to the section final baseball game. And I drove because I wasn't going to be doing any drinking like the rest of the guys. And because I was mega hungover, you know, whatever. And I'm driving the minivan that my parents bestowed on me. It was a very nice gift, but it's a fucking minivan. So we piled like 7 of us in there. And they were playing down at Midway, which is where the St. Paul Saints used to play. Mm-hmm. So we get down there, watch the game. As we're leaving, we don't really remember how we got home. And this is before the age of just pull it up on fucking Google Maps on your phone, right? So it's like we had to remember how to get home. But we're idiots and hadn't been driving around in St. Paul our whole lives. So we didn't know how to get home. So we just kind of guessed, and we took a wrong turn. And then 35 minutes later, we saw a sign that said Forest Lake 15 miles. And I grew up in Maple Grove. So we're a good 30 minutes away. And then the fucking 30 miles away, I should say. And then the gas fucking gauge turns on. And I was like, hey, does anyone have cash? Like, I gotta stop at the gas station. I don't have any cash. I'll pay you back later, whatever. And the guys start like patting themselves down. And everyone's like, nope. And I was like, hey guys, we're in fucking Forest Lake. We got to get home. It's a 40-minute drive and we don't have any gas. No one has money? And they were like, yeah, I spent it all at the concessions at the baseball game. And I'm like, you needed the seats, huh? So we get to Columbus, Minnesota, which is where Running Aces Casino is. And one of my friends is 18. And he's like, I got a plan. And we're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, drop me off at the fucking Beano, dude. I got a plan. And we're like, okay. So we pull up to the front door and drop him off. He's the one guy with any money. He's got $5, which is not enough to get us home. So he goes inside. We're all sitting in the parking lot. The car's off, obviously, because whatever. It's hot as shit. It's fucking June, We're sweating our balls off. Kind of freaking out, We're like, I don't want to have to call my parents and be like, hey, Dad, you got to drive to fucking Forest Lake to come get the car because it's out of gas. And we get a phone call from my buddy, and he's like, I fucking did it, dude. And we're like, what'd you do? And he's like, I hit the blackjack tables. I made us fucking $70. So he turned $5 into $70, and then that's how we got home. But that was the 24 hours of the first time I drank. So, and that's it. That was, I guess, the story is the last day of school senior year.
Okay.
But
dude, the visual of you for some reason jumping to get to the what was the size of this garbage can that you
it's a literal barrel.
An actual barrel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a fucking barrel, like a wooden barrel.
What?
That we just put a garbage bag in.
Yeah, what? See, that's where I'm like, because you're albatross, so you would lap yourself if it was a normal garbage can. But you
this
have
is a full-blown barrel.
Actual barrel.
Yeah, it's an actual barrel, like Donkey Kong barrel.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
you should. That story is great. I would axe the baseball thing because that's cool.
Okay,
Nuance.
just tell the
just the story, and then there's people want that science project to get fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So bad.
Yeah.
Like that's the classic thing with
it's a foreshadow.
Yeah. And you like foreshadowed to where it seemed like something was going to happen in that science project, and it would be great to somehow
just find a way to make it so the science project does get fucked up. But I have no idea it's the science project or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, there's like a terrarium one upstairs. I don't know.
Like
but that's too obvious. I feel like
Deeth gets in trouble because there's a bunch of there's a water bottle full of vodka. He thought it was water.
Okay. Yeah.
And then he slugged it, or a teacher opened it.
Yeah,
he tried to make one of those volcanoes with baking soda and vodka.
That's good.
So one of the alcoholic teachers was like, "That's vodka."
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So,
but I love that.
That's the first time I've ever told that story on a hot mic. So I need to figure out how to. Obviously, there's a shitload of fat on it.
Oh yeah.
And no punchlines as of right now. I just think it's a silly story.
That
the definitely
you definitely have
to
jump for sure when you tell the story, like the jumping.
Yeah, I think the framing of the party is unnecessary. Honestly, just keep it at home.
Okay.
Yeah,
because
that
that's
is
just
true.
a lot of extra information.
Okay.
How you got the bottle, not really that important.
Okay.
The bottle floating in the pond could be a way bigger moment. That's a punchline right there.
Okay.
Bottle floating. It's like that's
right.
Classic humor.
Yeah, because you were at the party for 30 minutes. You said.
Yeah, and that was like the whole everyone was on Vicodin, whatever sort of thing.
Yeah,
Which
skip the party. I mean, reaching into the bush. There's a bunch of moments, like kind of like what you were alluding to, where there could be these things. It's almost like Superbad. Like you have a miniature Superbad story that you can.
So, like, to me, the funniest part of the story is actually the bag of money.
that is
Like
pretty funny.
that, just because we were so naive that, like, one, that we thought it was going to be $15. Two, that, like, we used change. And three, that we brought a fucking bag of money into the school and handed it to somebody like it wasn't going to be, not discreetly at all. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, we, like, walked in fucking swinging it.
Where the fuck did you? I'm still hung up on the barrel. Where did you guys get the barrel?
I don't know.
From?
It's like some antique barrel that my mom has that.
it turned it into a garbage can.
Some monkey threw it at you.
Yeah.
I like
we
how
were
you-
trying to rescue the princess.
Yeah, or you just
Yeah, Tom Chilstrom threw it in
So
your
I could
house.
I could
you're
do a,
fucking up the entire rest of the house like your mom's antiques, but the science project is immaculate at the end
Okay.
of the night.
That's
Like
Yeah.
destroyed.
Okay, so there we
Looks
go.
like somebody
I
got
could-
chainsawed in half in the
Yeah.
bathroom.
I
That's
vomited all
really
over my
good.
mom's crafts and
Yeah.
okay, and then I didn't fuck up the science part. That's good
Mhm.
because then I don't have to lie because I definitely fucked up some stuff by
Yeah.
puking on it.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
really good.
Yeah,
That's really
okay.
good.
Bingo. All right.
And then
Nice.
make the build up, buying the bottle, transferring it, throwing it. The bottle's floating there. You're talking to your mom, looking at the bottle floating behind her.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Don't turn around. Don't
Yeah.
turn around.
Yes,
Sun's
yes.
almost down. Sun's almost down.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thanks, team.
Awesome. And I love that that reminded me of my friends and I got a hotel at a casino in Hinckley, I think, and we drank, smoke, and I end up going to bed at 3 a.m. You know, because I'm conservative.
Yeah.
I wake up to my friend freaking out at 5 a.m, going, guys, I won the table. I don't gamble. I don't know the terms.
Yeah.
Won the table. I'm buying everybody breakfast. Get up. And it's 5 a.m. He won $500 and spent like $200 on breakfast.
Cool, man. Nice. Good job.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. That is funny. Anyway, next prem.
Oh yeah.
Chris or Grant?
I feel like mine's gonna be a letdown.
Grant.
Okay, Grant, you tell me which one you want to hear. The title of the first one is "Shit Off My Chest," and the second one is "My Baby's Mama."
My baby's mama.
Okay.
Good choice. That's
So-
what I was gonna say.
I wanted the scout one.
I started calling my my wife my baby's mama to spice things up. And I'll give you an example. Like, I'm on a date and my phone keeps blowing up and my date's like, "Who's that?" And I'm like, "Oh, don't worry. It's just my baby's mama." Because I'm
very
cheating on
similar
my
to the
wife.
Yeah.
it's similar to the cousin bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's pretty good. I don't know if it's my favorite joke of yours, but it's pretty good. I don't have any. I don't have any constructive feedback for you though. I don't know how to make that
It's a complete joke.
right. It's
Oh,
it's
okay.
done. It's just not my favorite joke.
Sure.
It's like when Bill Burr talks about the sign outside the bar that says "We like our beer like we like our violence, domestic,"
Yeah.
and he's like, "You need every fucking word in that joke for it to work." And any extra words makes that a bad joke.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? It's like that joke is done.
okay. Fair enough.
It's just not my favorite joke, but it's a joke. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to be a
It's a
dick.
joke.
Like it's a well written joke. Like you have all the pieces. It's just not my
Okay.
favorite.
All right.
Well done.
I just imagine all of the girlfriends and wives getting upset in the crowd when people laugh at it.
Nah.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
I mean, if they do, more power to them. You know.
I don't know. I would be
Why are you
I would
looking
be
down? Are
surprised
you
if
sad?
everybody got
I don't
mad
think they
about
would either.
that.
No, it's a
It's
funny.
not like offensive.
It's a funny.
People get
misdirection.
mad at way less.
Nah. Really?
Yo,
Yeah,
yeah.
but not.
I
the
feel
peop-
like I've never had like I feel like I don't really have people like getting angry with me like ever. Does that happen to you?
I had a couple times.
You
Actually.
kind of do that shit on purpose, right? You like poke the you poke a little
Yeah,
bit,
he
don't
brings.
you?
Yeah, he brings a stick to the beehive party
Yeah.
for sure.
like my Jesus farted joke. I have it on tape, an audible gasp.
Yeah,
go,
I guess
and then when I say Jesus Christ, they laugh, but then they go back to gasping. It's like, you guys know it's funny. Stop being so fucking uptight.
Yeah.
But the worst one, where like the entire crowd was not on board, was that fucking hot coffee joke that I have with the Indian family and Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Like, people get so mad.
Well,
just
they're-
that 4-word synopsis. I'm mad now. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm saying Asian Indian, not
Yeah.
American Indian.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, he doesn't mean the natives.
I think it might be like, I mean, you do a lot more of your comedy like in rural areas, correct?
Yeah, it's true.
Because like that shit,
Like
nobody's
in
gonna be mad about
Shakopee-
that in the cities, really.
In
Well, nobody's gonna be-
Shakopee at
nobody's-
Dangerfields is where the Jesus joke, people were like,
Well, nobody's gonna it's weird, the flip flop, right?
yeah.
So the semi-race related material that's not actually racist but includes race or stuff that includes sexuality does well outside of the cities. The religious stuff where you make fun of Jesus does great in the cities, horrible outside of the cities
Yeah, that's funny.
because you're in God's country.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
though. I like that, like the times when I've done the Jesus farted joke and the crowd is like on edge, but they laugh, and it's like they're trying to correct themselves while it's happening.
Yeah,
but
they're
they
like,
can't.
this is funny. You can laugh. It's okay.
Yeah,
It's okay. He's not going to smite you.
I even said after I did that joke, I was like, I feel you guys tighten up after that one.
It's
gonna be okay.
It all just kind of depends on like how you want your own set to go,
Dude.
Like what was the scenario you were doing that? Were you doing like a guest spot? Were you doing like
I was the
hosting?
host.
Okay, yeah. So like, probably not a great move as a host to like turn the crowd on purpose. If you're
Oh, I
going,
did.
no, but if you're going to like, this is the math that I do. If you're going to like a place that is conservative, and you could go, if you don't give a fuck, it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna blow this up. But if you're with people you like, or you want to like, as a host, technically you're supposed to set the table for the other two comics. So if it was me, it'd just be like, you have to make that conscious decision to be like, am I willing to risk turning this Shakopee crowd, or
See, and
like, should I just do my host set?
I didn't know the Shakopee crowd really, because they were all really drunk too. So it's like, you think that, because it was a clean show, so I didn't even curse in the set other than saying Jesus Christ. But because that bit works so fucking well, I've never had people not laugh at it, because it's like, yeah, it's an easy, obvious thing. We're getting super inside baseball.
Yeah. I have people.
I was gonna say, dude, when I recorded, I said it on here. I don't know what episode it was, but when you guys were talking about the Mall of America in Landon,
man. God.
and how the crowd got so uneasy, and you like stared them down and didn't give any ground. I said on here, I was like, I was so fucking proud of him. He didn't back down.
Well, that's like, that plays into exactly what I'm saying, because like, that's our crowd. So it's like, come on, guys, you listen to this fucking podcast. Like, you're here for us. Stay with me. Like,
Right.
But if you're hosting, like I
Yeah, I
even
get
said,
what you
I
mean.
was like, because I was like, I don't even know why the fuck I'm about to say this, but it's been in my mind for so long. And I've been in so many situations where I just like wanted to say this, and we were just right there. So I had to say it, and I'm not going to repeat it. I hope you didn't repeat exactly what we were talking about.
no,
because
no,
that
no.
was,
He didn't actually
that
say
was
anything.
a vile,
Are you cutting it out of the episode?
we aren't going to release that. Well, we might release the episode, but I don't know. I don't know if,
Just gonna use it for clips?
I don't know. We're going to hold on to it, and
Promos for future live shows.
maybe if we do a Patreon, yeah. Maybe if we do a Patreon, we'll put it on that. Or if we miss a week, we can't release an episode, or can't record an episode, we'll release that one. But yeah, I don't know. It's I would never do something like that, or try not to in like a host set. But the other thing is, like, people pull back on shit like all the time, and it's just like, whatever, you can mention it, but I'm sure people do like get offended or whatever at every comedian almost. But it's like, to me, that's just like
part of the trade.
Yeah, it's like the math of the thing. It's like people just aren't going to like you and aren't going to like your material. And it's that whole, I think we've talked about it on like, we definitely talk about it with other comics, but like on Duck Duck Grey Duke, because like it's, there's no, like sometimes your jokes just aren't going to hit for whatever reason.
Yep.
Like everybody has that joke that works 90% of the time. And it just bombs
the
out of
10%.
nowhere.
Yeah.
And you can do it 3 times in a night. You can do the same set 3 times in a night, and it can go wildly different all 3 times.
Yep.
And it's just like, that
That is
whatever.
such
a
weird feeling when you know, like, your joke that never misses.
And you just want to fucking grab them by the fucking lapels and slap them around, steal their cufflinks. I only do black tie galas.
Nice.
No,
it's making real money doing this.
It's crazy. It's so weird because you do just want to like be like, hey, can I just show you this video from the set I just did instead? Because you guys are wrong. Can I just prove to you that you're wrong? Or and then they'll just like, that doesn't matter. None of it matters. And if you lose your shit, you're even less believable. They're like, oh yeah, no, he's full of shit.
Exactly.
That's why I lean into the self-deprecating side of it.
I do that with my material, but like it's a tick of mine that I'm trying to get out of being like, oh, that bombed, or like calling attention to a joke that didn't go well, because it's the same thing of like, I used to play in a band, and imagine if you missed a note and you like stopped the music and you were like, can't believe that normally I hit that note. Like normally people really like you would just, nobody would ever, but like for some reason, well, since you're just alone up there,
it's a tick.
You feel like you hit a wall and you need to correct it, but correcting it is just moving on.
Right.
Like
well,
people,
it's apologizing
for
for bumping into somebody on the street.
Yeah, it looks so much worse and calls attention to it in a way that like 90% of people wouldn't notice.
Right.
And those other people, like, fuck them. Who cares?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's like a bad habit because sometimes it is just uncontrollable, and it's just like, yikes. And then it's like, fuck, why did I say that? They didn't even notice. Because maybe I lost 10% of my momentum, but by calling it out, I dropped down to 50% of where I was at had I just like, boom, moved on.
See, I found that it actually helps me kind of maintain momentum because, like, I laugh at it.
Yeah.
You know, instead of being like, yikes, I fucked that up, I, like, giggle. Like,
yeah, I've heard you go, oops.
yeah. Right. And I, like, because to me, it's like I love my material, you know? So, like, when it doesn't go well, I'm like, oh, man, I must have fucked that up.
Again, it's all just different scenarios.
Yeah,
so,
for
like,
sure.
an open mic set or, like, something super loose if I'm doing a showcase spot or something.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck about any of it, really? Yeah, if it's, like, a pro show, like, I don't want to, especially, like, I guess, and it is a little bit more, like, the business side of shit. It's, like, that kind of looks bad to the staff and stuff, I think, to project like a weakness or a doubt in your own material or yourself.
Yes. When you do that, you risk getting a mic shut down.
You risk losing work.
If if you feel like the crowd is turning on you more than you're getting chuckles, maybe you gotta fix something.
Go download that Patreon episode, $600.
Nice.
To figure out who we're talking about.
Yes. All right, Grant, what do you got for a prem, dude? That you're willing to share.
There's this, like, first of all, here's a really quick, like, throwaway one. I want to teach, when I have kids, I want to teach them that Italian food and Italian people are Chinese food and Chinese people, just to see what happens, you know? I think that'd be funny. Pizza is, fettuccine Alfredo is lo mein. Stuff like this. Very funny scenarios. You can, and then, because everybody's like racist against Italians, like, but they think they're racist against, so like my kids are talking mad shit about Chinese people. Turns out they're just talking about Italians. Hilarious.
Yeah.
There's not really a joke in there anywhere.
No, it's just
I just like tweeted that gonna teach my kids pizza is Chinese food, and like that's but this one premise that like I've been messing with, and I think I've done it like just a couple times, is like because I'm kind of talking about like how I'm anti-police and like I want to like basically how I'm like a bad ally. And I think most allies are bad allies, and most like activists aren't even activists. They're just like fucking typing and tweeting.
It almost sounds like a cool thing, though.
Well, I think it's like
that's a bad ally.
I was thinking like I'm an ally, as in all I do is smoke weed and tweet. But so I have like a bit about that I'm working on and like trying to figure out, because like since coming back doing shows, like since the quarantine and shit happened, I'm like I don't want to write like trivial stupid bullshit that I don't actually like anymore, like shit that works but shit that isn't like false premise stuff that isn't really me. You know, I don't have a ton of false premises, but I have stuff that I'm just like, yeah, this is fucking boring. Like, why am I doing this material? It's not what I want it to be. So I'm trying to write like more, I don't know, edgy is the wrong
stuff
word.
You're passionate about.
Yeah, and just like stuff that people care about that I think I can cut through some of like the I don't know. I'm trying something. I'm trying something a little bit like I'm trying something a little bit like deeper, I think.
Yeah.
Which sounds so fucking lame.
No, it doesn't. No, that sounds great. That's important. That I feel like is the stretch where, like, and I don't know that I'm there yet. I mean, Chris.
Well, you fall into because the danger is you fall into that pattern of like, even jokes that you know slap, when you lose the passion for it, you're just basically reading a script.
Yeah.
And then it automatically becomes unfunny.
I definitely feel like I've grown out of some of my material, which doesn't mean I'm not going to keep doing it like when I need to. And like if I got to do a half hour, I'm definitely going to use old material. But like writing new, I'm just gonna, like, I don't know. I feel like I've like turned a corner because we all had to take a super long break, and now I'm just like, I feel like unleashed in a way that like I don't give a fuck at all about like. I just don't give a fuck, and that's like really helped me.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, it's been fun. But so the new thing that I'm trying to do is like, well, this is just like one thing that I haven't really figured out yet. So like everybody, like you basically have in the city, you have to be like anti-police now. It's like this thing. It's like, you know, that's just a lockstep viewpoint in Minneapolis that you're expected to have at a certain age with a certain demographic of people, and I'm in that. But like, there's also all sorts of people who are like anti-police for the wrong reason. So like, what do we do about those people? Are they like the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? But like, what about the Boogaloo Boys? What about the Proud Boys? They are anti-police. So I'm thinking like this guy who's just like super anti-police, but just because he loves drunk driving so much, like he's anti-police for the wrong reason, like pedophile. What are we doing with the pedophiles? They're probably pretty fucking anti-police, right? Like, Day on Art, Black Lives Matter. Like, is that all you need to say if you're a pedophile? And then it's like, all right, yeah, fucking sick. And so, like, I want to be like, yeah, it's just some fucking guy who's wasted on PBR. He's like, yeah, fuck the police. All cops are bastards. They impounded my Sentra 5 times. And a lot of people don't know this, but that's actually how that semi got on the 35W bridge during the protest. Like, he wasn't trying to hurt anybody. He's just a very passionate drunk driver who hates the police trying to join the protest. All of a sudden he's getting his ass beat? What the hell is this?
I can't find the keys to my car. What keys do I have? Oh, Dad's semi-truck.
Mm-hmm. I said that at Sisyphus the other night, and people did not like it at all. I was like, oh, yeah, a lot of you were probably on that bridge. Like literally, I said that, and it was probably true. You know, there was a good amount of people in that room.
Yeah, one of my buddies
we all
had to
know.
jump out of the way.
Yeah, I was going to say.
People. So that, like, that might just stay in the premise zone, really, because that's kind of that's like one of those jokes that actually probably won't work in Minneapolis.
But I like
because you could no. There is, you just need to keep going the goofy route, like a guy who like kept getting shut down for a food truck that he wanted to happen because he kept flunking the what are the
OSHA standards?
The food, the health department. But I mean, like that. See, that's what I mean. That is like actually something that I'm curious about. Like, what the fuck do we do with people? Like, what defines this movement? Nothing right now. So technically, by your rules, drunk drivers are fucking allies, and so are pedophiles. Like it. Yeah. So I don't know.
I love it.
Yeah.
See, and I'm not always the best person to bounce that type of stuff off of because I fucking love making fun of pedophiles. And for some reason, just the word crowds get like, they get a little squirmish.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the kind of thing though that you got to know. Like when I was doing that material the other night, it was like, oh yeah, this is probably not going to go well. Like I don't have it's not thought out enough. There's barely any punchlines, and I'm bringing up a very traumatic, very recent incident.
Yeah.
But then the fun thing is, like, now that I don't give a fuck, I just yell at the crowd. I'm like, fuck you guys. Like, come on. It's something that Ryan does that I'm basically stealing from him and just being like, if you go out on a limb on some shit like that and like the crowd doesn't go with you, you just be like, I was brave for saying that to you. Like, just turn it on them and be like, I'm a hero for doing that. Fuck you if you were on that bridge. Like, just, triple down.
Right.
You know?
Or be like, my mom was on that bridge. She said it's fine.
I mean, literally my girlfriend was on, and my brother and my sister-in-law and my I know a bunch of people. Cave was on the bridge. Like a ton of people were on it. Like we all know, but that's why it's like, come on, what are you pulling back on this? I fucking you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, people can do 9/11 jokes because of like the span of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like people forget how horrific that was, but because of the time. So I think you just need.
It's got to be good. Like that's the thing. And I was basically open micing those jokes, so I wasn't expecting them to go well, and it was not thought out at all. But if they're good, that's the best defense.
Well, but to me, it's like you're making strides even if the material isn't where you want it to be.
Yeah.
Because you're investing more of you into your material, which is only going to make it better.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be behind it more. Mm-hmm. So the more it fails, the more invested you're going to be in making it succeed.
Yeah.
So like you're not doing a bad thing by continuing to workshop that shit.
I love Angry Grant.
Well, dude,
that's so awesome.
That is that's why Bill Hicks and Carlin and Chappelle are all the greats because they found a way to make the things that they cared about brilliantly hilarious at the same time.
That's a good point. Like, do you read or like what are you invested in your free time? Like what like do you deep dive on history or
I'm like a total nerd about a lot of things. So I try to come at I talk like I was saying at the beginning, I talk a lot of shit about everybody, not just like the scene. It's like I talk mad shit about fucking everything and everybody. Like the Democrats railing against them. I've been like learning more and more about like capitalism, and it's just like I sound like such a fucking loser.
No, keep going.
But
I was gonna say I like that you looked at Mara for that.
But I'm actually like learning about these things, and if you come like with some ammo, then it doesn't even matter if people like ask or demand to see the receipts. Like I know that I'm coming from like an educated perspective. If you disagree with it, that's fine. But like I'm still like coming correct with the receipts in case you need them.
Yeah.
And it's just like. And if I think operating from that position has like allowed me to feel like way more comfortable taking chances about like making jokes about the fucking Black Lives Matter protests and stuff, like, and not like making a joke of it, but talking about it and like trying to point out, because I think like that's a bad specific because that's not my point or like the thing that I'm trying to do. But it is
it's a trigger word for people.
Well,
even if you bring up, it's like when someone says Mexican, they automatically think you're being racist.
Yeah,
you could be talking about Mexicans from Mexico, and for some reason that verbiage, people are like, oh my god, don't talk about people from Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have, I think, like, and what I'm going to need to learn for doing shit like this is, like, coming in with a strategy, kind of burying the lead a little bit, but also just, I think there's, like, a lot of people out there who don't get, then that's why I was saying, like, I don't think people are getting that offended. I think, like, most comedy crowds, if you fucking go for that shit, they're going to come with you on it because it's, like, they're thinking the same thing we are, which is, like, why is all the comedy I used to like, now I can't like any of these like people, even though like what's changed, like there's, I think, and it's everybody's like worried about getting canceled and shit and stuff. And I just don't think that that's like really should be a source of concern. I think people who are trying to do that to people have much less power in reality than they're actually given like oxygen for the sake of argument and stuff like. And they also have a brittle framework and strategy for like their standards of canceling people and their standards of like what is acceptable language and all this stuff, because the reason that they're fucking utterly humorless is because they know that somebody making a joke about their like false claims about your like contextualizing things or coming at something with intent doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like they know that that's bullshit. So if you make a joke that illuminates that is threatening to their ideology and the like message that they're trying to push forward. So I say go for pointing those things out. And if those people are going to come after you for doing that, like fuck them, honestly, like who cares? Because if you aren't being racist and you aren't being problematic, and we are, because we're all, the consciousness level is rising and we're like really thinking about what we're putting out there and thinking about like,
I think you're
it's
on
like
the right
the
path.
consciousness is rising and the conscientiousness is rising along with it.
Well, the comics that you pointed out, and the reason why I asked like what you're doing in your free time is you do remind me of the path that those people went on. And the thing that was the big turning point for them was the more educated they got.
Yeah.
Educated comedians are so like, I don't know why I'm saying dangerous, but like, because they're just assassins.
And
like,
it's the same thing. It's like, because if it's the whole thing of like having the receipts, even if you're not going to show them, because like if somebody does want to like come after me and just say I'm racist for saying, your example, saying the word Mexican, if somebody's going to say that, then I know to disregard that person's opinion immediately, because it's like, did you even fucking listen to any of the rest of the things that I said? Because like, if you're going to accuse somebody of like something out of context or something, or the whole context doesn't matter, or like you just can't say it no matter what, it's like, we're in a fucking comedy show.
Right.
Yeah.
Context actually does matter.
Right.
I'm a comedian.
It's actually the only factor that does matter.
And like, so you're just, this stuff isn't happening, but it's the atmosphere
Yes.
Yeah.
that we're all operating in. And I just like, not to like, again, I keep saying I sound like a loser because this is all coming off very grandiose and shit. It's not. The only thing
it's every single comic is thinking about this right now.
Some of us are going to have to start taking chances again on stage. And some people have always been doing it and people don't like them because a lot of those people are fucking hack edgelord people who they're doing it for the wrong reasons. But like, if I just think that there shouldn't be rules about what we're allowed to say. So our job is to now outsmart those and come better equipped to, not just make a stupid racist joke just because I can and just because I'm a comedian. It's like, no, make a fucking observation about the world that we're in.
Yeah.
And if that has to do with quote unquote edgy material, then fucking make it bulletproof, like, or at least do have the good intentions and do have some base of knowledge that you're coming at it from. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, in closing, go fuck yourself.
Jesus. That was spicy. Holy cow, man.
See, I have no idea where you guys are coming from. Like, I thought I did. I thought I knew you guys, but it's like, what do you what do you believe? This is what I'm trying to like believe in something and fucking make a joke about that, And obviously we're not at a comedy. It's all bullshit. That's just fun, but like if you're gonna like don't just get on stage and be like, I hate social justice warriors.
Oh God!
Get on stage and fucking pick apart their ideology and show how fucking stupid they are. If that's your thing, and that's not my thing. I'm saying though, there are people out there who are attempting to make it their thing and they're doing it poorly. And of course you're gonna get
Bill Burr is doing a terrible job right now.
I disagree.
Like
he's coming from a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
You think that he's doing? Did you guys watch any of his SNL stuff?
The monologue?
Yeah, I thought it was excellent.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like
I don't know where you're coming from.
I feel like he keeps doing the same thing over and over.
Well, he recycled some of the material out of Paper Tiger for that monologue for sure.
But that happens.
And also he's not doing spots. Like That was possibly one of the only stand-up sets he's done in 6 months, and it was on SNL. Like,
I'm more.
you're gonna do some.
You're going
some
to do your
bangers.
A
Yeah.
material.
I'm more talking about like what you were saying was like, don't just go on stage and complain
You're right.
about
I mean,
justice.
him and Chappelle are like they're verging on just trolling
Yeah, exactly.
SJWs, which like that's kind of their prerogative.
Yes,
I think
but
they've
I
put
also
in the
feel
work
like-
already.
Well,
Like,
I also feel like where they're coming from is almost it's like, how many times do you have to fucking beat this horse?
yeah,
For
because
people
it's
to-
only gotten worse since they started
right.
doing
so like,
that. Like,
to them, they're like, I thought I fucking talked about this and maybe somebody would notice. I guess I'm just going to double down on the same idea, and
SNL is a good platform to do
right,
that from.
Right. And so to me, it was him. It was him in the face of not adversity in the way that you might think, but
No,
like in the face of
the home of corporate wokeness.
Right.
Is SNL.
right, and like well under the spotlight on their stage, he basically pointed the middle finger at all of them and
Yeah.
was like, "You're missing the fucking point."
You are the white women I'm talking about.
exactly,
Like-
and that's what I loved about it. Is it was so like, yeah, we've heard Bill Burr make those jokes before when he talked
We're
about
Bill Burr fans, though.
Yeah.
people
I'm
watching
more talking
SNL
about
are not.
the sketches that he.
Oh well, dude. I mean, SNL is trash.
and he took some part in writing some of those sketches, but Lorne Michaels controls everything there, and Lorne is not funny anymore. So,
But like the sketches that he, like at least the ones that I watched, felt like his stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
when the one of the biggest, most prolific comedians in the entire world shows up, you're not going to write sketches that you don't think they'd be interested in. You know what I mean? Like each writer was probably like, I'm gonna have the one that Bill's gonna be so stoked about, and you know, I'm sure
that's
someone.
still just an extension of him, then, right?
Well,
so
so
if
what-
he's saying this
We're
feels
arguing
like,
about the minutia of shit again. Like they're SNL sketches. You know, they're not.
but
just
there was
not
an
good.
audible gasp, like at the sportscaster sketch. Did you watch that one?
Yeah,
Like, you could feel it through the screen how upset people were, and even the other cast members didn't really. They actually seemed upset at the fact that they were doing this sketch.
I didn't get that at all.
Really?
I feel like you're very sensitive to that.
You could hear when they said, "God damn it, I wish I could remember the line," but like, there's a point where Bill Burr's his character is supposed to be like ignorant to the fact that something's
I saw
going
the
on,
sketch.
right?
Yeah.
And you can hear this woman go, and no one in the crowd is game for it.
See, to me, and this is no shot at you, you're more empathetic than I am, I think. But to me, it's like,
The
I
point
don't
I'm
give
trying
a
to make
fuck
is
what
it
the people
is it
at
feels
SNL
like
think of Bill Burr's sketches,
Yeah.
and Bill Burr's opinion on these things, because the people at SNL are just looking for another fucking Alec Baldwin appearance to make fun of Trump.
yeah. But so the whole point, all of this discussion is to your point of saying like Bill Burr is like said these things so many times that it just feels like he's just saying it just because his demographic loves hearing, I fucking hate social justice warriors. You know what I mean? Like pandering almost.
It could be, but I really believe he hates social justice warriors.
Oh, of
and
course.
he hates it. And so he
But
doesn't give a fuck what anyone else thinks. He doesn't care that his demographic loves it. His demographic has changed dramatically over the years. He doesn't give a fuck. These are the things that he cares about right now. And what he's seeing is what used to be the home base for brilliant comics and people that would become some of the most legendary faces in comedic history, becoming this just parroting device for the
He's talking about like the epidemic of non-funny comedians who
Yeah.
populate the fucking world right
Right,
now.
who
And
are-
it's
who
like
are
they
on
don't
in-
care about being funny.
Right.
They are literally just fucking lecturing people and telling other comedians what they can't say.
right.
And somebody like Bill Burr speaking out against that is probably like a good voice to have.
Well,
And-
and that's and to me, it's like it's unfortunate that it's easy to put other people on his side of the tracks that aren't funny, like you had already said, where it's like They're the edgelord people that are just doing it because they're like, I'm going to fucking piss all the SJWs off. But it's like he's spent countless hours building material that is, like you said, bulletproof. Like, and their being shitty doesn't discount from the fact that he's got rock solid, really but nuanced takes on how the epidemic is really affecting the way all of comedy.
Well, it's just fucking annoying.
Yeah.
It's like, get out of the fucking way. We're trying to do comedy.
We had Beth Stelling on,
Yeah.
and in her special, she calls Bill Burr out. Does a very clear impersonation of him, basically saying that men are afraid to do anything with girls. Remember that?
Yeah. Yes.
That one doesn't seem... And I remember that bit because that stood out to me when I watched his special. It was like... It's not that cut and dry that like...
Well, it's not, but he's also making a point of... And I feel like we're really getting into the weeds here. Like, I mean, I don't think this is where our energy is best spent. But this is a good... it's a good conversation to have, though.
Yeah.
Because... No offense, Grant. I don't mean this in a bad way, but if Grant wasn't here, we would have this fucking conversation for 2 fucking hours, and then by the end, we'd be like, "Oh man, nobody's gonna listen." No, yeah, nobody's gonna listen to that one. But to your point, and this is the last thing I'll say on it. His angle on that was, although the topic itself is constantly delivered by fucking hacks, his angle on it was funny. And to be the best, to have the best version of something that's been bogged down by shitty stuff isn't a bad reflection on him. It's a reflection on the people who are trying to be him and failing, and then making him look like he's less capable or whatever of coming up with brilliant material. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's he's still going to do those kinds of jokes. He's been doing those kinds of jokes forever.
Yeah.
Like when he was doing his fat people jokes. I mean, anyone can make a fat person joke. And a lot of them aren't fucking funny, you know? Like, it's really hacky to do fat people jokes. But when he describes someone wiping their face with a McDonald's bag, that's fucking genius, you know? It's like, that's some, like, I've never even seen that. That's so fat, you know? Like it's like, yeah, he's going to talk about stuff that you can consider hacky.
I think it's honestly, like, for the sake of argument, I think it's bad to get bogged down in like specifics, because like after everything we just said, it's like, again, like, comedy, it's a math thing. It's like some of the things are going to hit, some of them aren't. I'm not going to sit here and defend every single one of Bill Burr's bits.
Right.
But what he's doing in a larger sense, and what Dave Chappelle is doing in a larger sense, and what a lot of people are doing in a larger sense and best-selling too, because she's part of like the funny comedians.
Yep.
So it's like, and they're having a dialogue with their material and stuff, which is how it's supposed to work. She's not going out and being like, fuck Bill Burr, fuck him, he should be canceled.
Right.
Why is he on SNL?
To your
like,
earlier point.
Well, yeah, and it's just like, again, we need to do the thing. If we're going to say context does matter, intention does matter, you need to be able to say, like, you the other day were hedging, talking about how you were a fan of Big J. Okerson. And it's like, why would you give any concession? Big J. Okerson is a funny comedian.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I'm not going to defend his use of the N-word, but okay, I still like the guy. I'm sorry. Like, and it's because go watch his material. But like, for the people who are just going to discount somebody on like their entire career or something, and again, like, it's bad to get bogged down on specifics, because even right there, it just felt gross to be like, now I'm going to bat for a guy, and I just said he used the N-word. So like, but the framework of the larger thing is that it actually is like a war of ideas.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we're comedians. So like there's a chilling effect on like the quality of comedy that's happened over the past couple of years, because there are just people who, like, how many times have you been at a place, at an open mic or something, and you see a lineup and it's like, these people, like, what the fuck, like, who cares about any of this? Like, and that's natural for any open mic or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I don't know.
The booked
It's-
open mics, I get real furious.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped going to them.
Yeah.
So I'm
yeah,
like,
stuff like that. Like there's just
well,
it's I
the
think
same fucking dinkuses are on the lineup as last week.
And using
and
using
they're not funny. So
yeah, using people's hypocrisy against them, and basically it's about like having the like framing it in the way of like context does matter, intention does matter. That's an easy way to say fuck all these edgelords who are just doing it to say fuck the social justice warriors. We know they're not the same as Bill Burr, and anybody who's going to come and say they are, we know now to disregard their opinion because that in itself is false. That's hypocritical.
I have the what did you say the
receipts.
The receipts. Yeah.
I mean, you just like and but you also like I think, and this is like the main part of this, and like it's basically just having faith in yourself that you know you have discerning taste. You aren't going to support people who are pieces of shit, especially if you don't know about it. Like, you know, you guys are big D'Elia fans. I don't know if your views on him have changed since things have come out, but like
Mine have.
okay, so yeah, adjust.
Because I found out he's a joke thief.
But what, you're gonna fucking defend? Like, I don't know. Just come at it from the right place, and I think the rest of it is basically learning how to shut out people who are gonna try and fucking come after you for that, for having that viewpoint.
Yeah.
Not that, and like I'm talking about this, like nobody's tried to come after me for anything.
No, but it's a
ever.
really valuable presence of mind to have.
Yeah.
Because if you go into it prepared for that kind of thing, your material is going to be so much better.
And be willing to examine it and fucking like don't be somebody who fucking never apologizes. If
gotta-
you fuck
it
up
all-
and say something fucked up,
It
own up
has
to
to
it.
come back to the material as it from the comedic standpoint. It's like it has to always return to, is this a good joke or is this a bad joke?
Yeah.
Because if it's a bad joke, stop fucking doing it.
And not caring what people are saying about
Right.
it. Like I have utter disdain for audience members. 90% of it, like who get like we're working so hard to entertain them, but on an individual level, fuck every single
Yeah,
one of
yeah,
them.
yeah.
I do not care what they think. Like
Yeah.
You know what this just made me think of, this whole process? When a band has a bad album, nobody chastises them for like, not really. Like somebody just goes, like, I've never had a band that I like and they have a shit album and then gone, fuck them for life. I'm just like, I don't really like that album. The rest of the albums are pretty good.
Yeah.
But for some reason with comedy, there's maybe it's because you're the instrument, you're
Yeah.
the whole fucking
it's
kit
more
and caboodle,
personal.
Yeah.
that people have that viewpoint, but it should be more like that, where you just go, yeah, that special wasn't for me. The other ones were good, and we'll see what happens with the next one.
I agree. It's a good take.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to try and have that framework.
Well, it took us a fucking hour and a half, but we really got into the shit, boys
Hell yeah,
and gals. All right, same time next week.
Hi.
Wait, can I plug my podcast?
Yeah,
It's a bit.
it's a bit. We do. I sign us off, and then Mara does her.
Oh, I'm
her
sorry. I
premise.
stepped on the bit.
You're good.
All right, let's
Dude.
retake it.
It always fails anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
every
gonna
time.
fuck it up. Like
It's
I
great.
won't fuck it up this time.
Okay,
Do it
ready?
again.
Take two.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
Come on, let's
Huh?
do it.
What?
I want to try it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same time next week.
Wait, come on. I'm here to promote my podcast. Why else would I come here?
All right.
Quick hit. So years ago, I had to like rewire my brain so that like I wasn't misgendering myself, which is kind of awkward. But it's like rewiring it, but I just learned how to solder. So like some shit was functioning, but you know some stuff was kind of crossing over. Like the other day, I found myself thinking of the phrase, "I am a perfect human specimen," which is true. But then, like, immediately my brain autocorrected specimen to speciwomen, which is not a word.
Well done.
Dude, that line,
Mara's
which I am.
Mara is quietly the best joke writer on this podcast.
I know. I listen.
The deadpan queen. Yeah, that fucking,
That's a great bit.
yeah, that's really good,
I
actually.
love it. And I feel like you can take it so many other places.
Yeah,
Well done.
that has legs.
It's got legs for days.
And boobs.
Yeah. That was the
boobs.
Paris Hilton of jokes. So,
So,
much legs.
Is everyone still fat as shit, by the way?
No, I'm losing weight, Chief.
Fuck. How you doing?
just eating pizza over here.
Nice.
Yesterday, I shoveled both my driveway and the people who live next door's driveway because they don't live there anymore, and I didn't want to have a bunch of snow pile up over there.
What?
Yeah.
Was it like a shared driveway?
It comes to a point where
I got you.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't want any of this to spill over into my area to get into the driveway, so I just shoveled the whole thing.
It's a big workout.
Nice.
That snow was heavy as hell.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, I just turned on the Doobie Brothers super loud on my speaker and just
Nice.
shoveled.
Nice.
It was heavy on my mind. Like
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
really
I know. I'm not
depressed.
ready for it. I like the winter, but this is too early, man.
Yeah. Is this my camera?
Might be.
Hey guys.
The fuck are you talking about?
So, this little segment right here, we all did a lot of inside baseball shit, and I might have cut it out, I might not have cut it out, but I'm recording this now and zooming in very tightly on my head. I'll probably pan up to where that really big zit on my hairline is. And
You pointed at the wrong one.
but anyways, enjoy the rest of the show.
Cut the movie talk.
I'm gonna
this
put-
is way more interesting than
I'm gonna put
my views on the Marvel universe.
I'm gonna put baseball sounds in, like the crack of a bat, and we're back.
Louisiana.
All right,
Edit.
Grant. Before we go, in case you haven't noticed, dude absolutely has far less structure.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, damn, my fucking diatribe at the end of that is like, you're supposed to go on other podcasts and be funny to advertise your own podcast.
No,
but, like,
dude,
I don't
that was
know.
great.
All right,
Yeah, you advertised you,
good. I don't
and
know.
and that was not an unlikable you.
I also asked on purpose as to how educated or like how much you dive into history and things like that, because you're not just some guy ranting. You do.
You're not cream of some young guy.
You do really dive in, and I'm not a fan of how often you say, but you were well spoken, dude. You're a smart
You're not a
guy.
fan because I said it 0 times.
You piece of shit.
Wait.
Got your
if
ass.
Nice.
I fucking got your
if
ass.
I
There you go. Are you happy now?
I am happy now. Hey, what do you got going on, by the way?
So every Thursday night, now through the end of time, I am hosting the Sisyphus Funniest Person in Minneapolis contest with Courtney Baca. Very awesome contest that's been running for a while now. We got to take it over from He Who Shall Not Be Named, and
Can't believe Voldemort was in.
I know it's so not funny, really.
Yeah. Kind of looked like a snake. Keep going.
Also, so sweaty.
Okay, less of us, more of Grant.
That is every Thursday night at 8:00. You have to pre-register for tickets. Lot of like open mic people in the contest, but we are populating the rest of the show with like you very qualified like professional comedians. So $5 every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Sisyphus Brewing. Come to that. If you are interested in cheap comedy and supporting a good cause. Also Friday nights at Sisyphus we're doing shows as well, booked by Ali Sultan.
Oh, nice.
As you know, he was just on your podcast. What else? CCU, Comedy Corner Underground, is coming back every Friday night. We're doing an open mic there. And Courtney and I are hosting a Halloween show. So this is coming out next week?
Yep.
Okay, so October 30th, Courtney Baca and myself are hosting a Halloween show called Ookie Spooky at Comedy Corner Underground. That's going to be $5 for tickets. Just a Halloween-themed comedy show. Come to that. What else? Oh, yeah, the We Cool podcast, yeah. I host a podcast with my buddies Tommy Bayer and Ryan Call, very funny comedians from Minneapolis. Tommy just moved to New York, though, so he's big man now. He's now the strongest one of all of us.
Wait, did he really move to New York?
Yeah, he moved on a week ago. So we have a podcast where we apologize for everything. I'll probably apologize for this entire podcast appearance this next week. So it's called We Cool, and people submit anonymous apologies to us, and we do the dirty work of apologizing for them. You guys came on it. Had a very fun time. We actually apologized for racism on your episode. So, you know, we're we're doing the heavy lifting over
Yeah.
there. We're doing the big stuff.
100%.
Yeah, rolling out the
And
big
actually,
guns.
my back fucking hurt from putting the whole country on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I get it.
Yep. So we're just solving problems and crises.
You guys should change the name of the podcast
Yeah.
to the Lord's Work Podcast, because that's what you're doing over there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Can I submit an apology real quick?
Yeah, well, let's go for it. Let's just do
cool.
one.
So I want to apologize for talking for Trump.
Why?
So glad you didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
And now you did. I want to actually make a real apology.
Well, I'm assuming you're just going to bleep out everything you just said.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, and he's going to keep.
If you
want to
know how the sauce is made.
Oh God, that's hard to listen to, Chris.
know how the sauce is made?
Yeah, I know. It's just
That's
like
an editing reference.
Oh, I thought you were referencing the cultures that you.
Oh no,
Isn't it also know how the sausage is made?
Yeah.
that's a term as well.
No, I think that is the term. I think the term.
You've never heard the sauce?
Nope, I've heard
No, I know,
sausage.
yeah.
All right.
I haven't heard either of them.
Yeah,
I'm
but you're
just-
like Polish or whatever,
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Fucking
Muy
Polacks.
Polish.
What would right? Because you eat cold meats. What
Anyways, We Cool Podcast. We put out a new episode every Thursday. Follow us on social media at We Cool Podcast. All social media. Hit us up on Facebook, YouTube. We got a YouTube channel, high def videos every single week. And this week, so is it what? It's going to be the 20. What? I don't know.
Oh, it's Wednesday or Tuesday. Every
so
Tuesday.
it's going to
this
be
is released.
Halloween week when this comes out, correct?
yes,
Okay, so
yes.
this Friday night we're doing the Ookie Spooky show at Comedy Corner Underground. Come to that if you want to. And Thursday we are dropping an extra special Halloween special We Cool podcast. It's not our normal format. It is We Cool presents The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. We wrote a radio play. And that is going to be kind of like Treehouse of Horror type shit. It's a 40-minute.
Beautiful.
It's a 40-minute radio play, full production and everything. So check that out because
We will.
It's
That
been
sounds
a lot of
Dude,
work.
yeah. Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
All right,
so
well, thanks for coming on, Grant.
Thank
This
you
was
guys for
super
having
fun.
me. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing your alt-right views with us. And
Anytime. Just
and,
appreciate the platform, guys.
all right, well, same time next week.
Dude, absolutely. Dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Dude, absolutely.
Dude, absolutely.